All right, sorry everybody, that took a while. I just walked in the door like at 10 a.m., so my apologies. I just kind of ran over here and started the stream, but had to do a whole bunch of other things, so apologies. I'm trying to be on time, but it took a lot longer at the post office than I thought it was going to. But alas, alack, here we are. Nevertheless, about to draw some rabbits. I messed up there we go. How is everybody? Thank you guys for being here. I'm just gonna boot up Krita and just hope that it works, because every once in a while my Huion, I don't know if it's the Huion or if it's Krita or if it's my computer, but something does not always connect when I try to use Krita. And every once in a while when I go to stream, I have to restart Huion a whole bunch of times to get it to actually recognize the pen. It's very annoying. Yeah. But I guess that's what I get for buying, the off-brand instead of a Wacom. That's okay. If that's the only issue I have, I'm going to go ahead and just be happy with it. But I hope everyone is doing well. Let's get these June warm-ups going. Man, it's already the end of June. Can you guys believe it? It's crazy. Do I have air conditioning today? Well, I am at my apartment, and there is an AC behind me, so if it gets super hot, I will turn that on. That works. I don't know if they fixed the AC at the studio yet. They were supposed to come last night, actually. It's part of why I got off early. I got off, I tried to get off right at 7, because I was like, they said they'd come over after 7. Or at least I told them that's when they could, because they said they were going to come over in the evening. And nobody ever showed up. I was there until 11:30. So, I don't know. I'm kind of preparing myself for another hot day in the studio. I'm basically going to finish some stuff around here, do some other things, some things that I can do from home while I wait for laundry to finish. And then I'm going to go to the studio and we'll just see. So I'm wearing my wicking, ready to sweat, basically, outfit. We'll see. We shall see, but that's okay. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate your concern. Yeah, I hope the AC gets fixed, because it's going to be a hot day today. I know I should probably have my phone by me to see if they try to reach me. Hold on. Let's make sure. Doubt they will. They both have a lot going on, so they probably just didn't get to it. It's just a couple that I rent the studio from. It's just a back building on their property, so it's nothing crazy official, but yeah, nothing yet. I'll let you guys know. We'll see. Anyway, let's not look at these, because these were horrifying. Let's go ahead and make a new folder. So one thing that bugs me about Krita, and maybe I'm just using it wrong, but it won't let me... Oh, wait. Why is it letting me do that now? Maybe it's Psy that can't do that. Okay, cool. There's our figure studies that we did before. Portrait studies. Crocs. Okay, yep, everything's here. Excellent. So, let's go ahead and make a new group. Hopefully, and let me know if you guys can hear the music or not. I feel like it's really quiet today. There, I turned it up just a little bit. I can barely hear it. So, we're drawing rabbits today, guys. It's Rabbit Week. I don't know where I found that. I found that forever ago when I was trying to make my calendar for the year, and I put it on there, and it sounded like fun. So we're going to be drawing some rabbits. I'm going to pull up some references, and then I'll say hi to everybody. I actually found this really handy one. I don't know if I finished pinning it. I think I did. It's like a, I was trying to find one that was differences between hares and rabbits, but I found this really helpful tool that can help me talk about schema versus drawing from observation. I think this is a great chart for that. So we might look at this in a little bit. I'm just going to hide it down here at the bottom of the canvas. But I'll post it in Discord as well if anyone would like to look at it. I feel I'm kind of hesitant. I don't want anyone to use it as reference necessarily, but I think it's a handy tool. Because basically everything on the left is you drawing what you think something looks like, and then everything on the right is drawing what the thing actually looks like. Anyway, you can hear. It was a little quiet. Okay. Well, let me know if it gets too loud or too quiet. I upped it slightly. That's about as loud as I think I can make it without my... there. Maybe right there is about as loud as I can make it. Otherwise, my microphone might pick up on the sound, so I have to keep it pretty low here. Anyway, but yeah. Talks about schema, basically. On the left. Okay, there. I posted it in Discord. So let's actually look at some real references though. I didn't have time to look up like anatomical differences between hares and rabbits, like a chart. I was trying to do that when I had to run off, but just looking at some of these images, you'll be able to tell, I think, pretty quickly what's a hare and what's a rabbit. One of the things, and if you guys know anything about it, please let me know. Yes, rabbits and bunnies are interchangeable. Yes, those are terms that mean the same thing. But like, hares tend to have much longer, like be leggier, be more like lithe looking, and have much longer ears. And I think there's a few other anatomical differences, but for example, let me pull up a good picture of a hare. Okay, so this is actually this is a jackrabbit. I think that's actually a type of hare. It's just got really massive ears, so I feel like it might be a little misleading. So here's a hare, right? We'll just look at them for a second. And I don't know if we have as many hares here in the US as there are in Europe. I feel like hares are way more common elsewhere. I don't even know if I need to look it up. I actually don't know what the ranges are. I've never actually seen a hare in the wild. I see tons of rabbits, but I've never seen a hare. I think they do live down in the deserts, and I just haven't spent a lot of time in the deserts here in the US. So this is a hare. You can see it's got like, it's again leggier, it's more like lithe looking, and those ears are super long and super wide too compared to a wild rabbit. And then a rabbit, and they're going to be very similar. I think this is actually a Mara. I think this was mispinned. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this image is actually a Mara. So don't draw this one if you are looking in my reference folder. I was just flipping through it because you can see these short round ears. It's got kind of a Roman nose, which is a very rodent feature. A Mara is like a Patagonian animal, I believe. I could be wrong, but this looks like a Mara to me. So if you see this one, just know that that's probably, I don't think that that's a rabbit or a hare. I could be wrong, but you can see those really short ears. Now I'm trying to find a good picture of just a straight up rabbit. Where are you, rabbit? Okay, here's a nice one. So a very cute picture of a rabbit. You can't see the whole body. I was trying to look for a full body, but I'm just kind of in a hurry. But you can see the ears are shorter. They're not this short, but they are shorter and rounder. They're not quite as broad as the hare. It's more fluffy and round, and the legs are shorter. Like, it just doesn't have that same athletic kind of appearance that the hare does. But yeah, anyway, so until I can find a better reference, we're just gonna say, yeah, and again, just anything that looks like this with that like Roman nose. See the nose shape differences if you look at these two critters. Like, this has more of a capybara type nose. And this has more of a rabbit, or a hare type nose. And then of course these ears are super short. They almost look like stretched out mouse ears, okay? So that's like one way you can think of it too. They don't have quite the same thickness that a rabbit or a hare would. They're kind of thin. Anyway, I'm gonna delete this so I don't confuse anybody. Oh, it's not letting me delete it. Delete, there we go. Cool. Now that we've gotten that out of the way. Oh, there it is. It's like, where's the title? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try really fast to find rabbit anatomy, and then I'm gonna say hi to everybody. Sorry that I haven't said hi yet. I'm a little scattered today, guys. Thank you for your patience. I'm trying. Oh no, it's doing the thing that I told you guys. Look, do you see? Okay, hold on. It's gonna mess up my stream. Let me just turn this on and off a few times. Usually I do this before I start stream. I make sure that it works. It seems to mess it up if I use the Huion for anything other than drawing. Let me see if I can get it to... Oh, jeez. Hold on, guys. We're having tech issues. Save. Welcome to streaming, where your tech issues can be broadcasted live. Yeah, I might have to go check the tablet settings. Sometimes turning it on and off a few times helps. And just closing the program. We'll see. Hopefully it's not messing up my visuals too much. Anyway, I'm going to say hi to you guys while I do this. I'm going to do it one more time just to be safe. Chocolatite Gaming, hello. Kudo, hello. Amaze, thank you for being here as always, friend. Appreciate you. If you guys want to get started already, you don't have to wait on me. Remember, the whole challenge of this is just to draw for about 30 minutes. That's kind of the challenge, the goal, if you will. you like the boop. You loaded in, hello. Also Watership Down, yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, you could definitely use this for some Watership Down inspiration. Let's see if Critta will work this time. Going Marys, hello, hello, welcome in, good to have you. How are you guys all doing, by the way? Hey PJ, how's it going? Thanks, I'm glad you like those sea slug emotes. I'm glad we got through the ad. Legum Core, hello. Dee-doo-doo. Just had mochi for the first time. Oh my gosh, mochi is amazing. If you ever want a recipe for how to make your own mochi, let me know. I have a really good one that I used last weekend, and I'm obsessed. And it's like the easiest thing in the world if you have a microwave. So easy. Let's try this one more time. See if we can get it to work. Please work. Please be my friend. I just want to be your friend. Oh, okay, it's not working. Gotta love it. Okay, hold on, guys. Now I have to open up the Huion tablet properties. Pretty much seems to be the only way to fix it, is to open these up. And it never opens the first time. I always have to check twice. Okay, so it's working here. Oh, don't want to click this door. I clicked the wrong thing. I always forget how... It's like once I check for updates, that's when it tends to fix itself. Alright, let's try it again, Huion. If not, we might be drawing in a different program. I can pull up Clip Studio. Sometimes Clip Studio will work when Critta doesn't. It's very annoying. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, there it goes. Alright, phew. Anyway, gotta love that. Like I said, normally I try to take care of that before stream, so I apologize. I would say this happens about once a week, unfortunately. It's pretty annoying. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe I need to update Critta. I don't know. I'll check later. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Oh, I also wanted to point out there's this other animal you might see in my rodents folder. It is also not a rabbit, but it sure does look like a very sleepy one. So, or a very grumpy one, I suppose. Now, a giveaway is if you look at this animal from the back, it has a tail, like a very long tail. But I do want to show you a viscacha. If you've never seen a viscacha before, it has very rabbit-like appearance. It's very funny, but it has that same capybara type nose that we were talking about. That kind of like Roman nose. If you look at it from the side or with a view with the tail, you will see it's got a long tail. Oops, hold on. Very long tail. We're having creature feature time right now, guys. Sorry, I have to go on an animal rant. There, very, very long tail. And you can see those tiny short ears. I mean, it still has like a very, you know, like type of rabbit looking, but even like looking here, I can see anatomically, like this looks weird. This doesn't look like a rabbit leg. This almost looks more like a mouse or a kangaroo leg to me. Like a, not a mouse, excuse me, like a, yeah, like a kangaroo, more than a rabbit. So it's not a rabbit, it's a viscacha, but it can be, again, especially on Pinterest where people don't know and they just repost things, or just the internet in general, right? You might be misled. So just make sure you're not accidentally drawing a Mara or a viscacha. Those are like two very rabbit-looking rodents. I'm sure there's others out there, but those are the ones I most commonly see that are kind of like shown as, this is a funny-looking rabbit. Like, it's not. They're totally different. They're not even, so those are rodents, and rabbits are in their own family. Rabbits and hares are, yeah, anyway. Let's move on, though. We'll stop rambling about buddies. Oh my gosh, who did that? Azalace. Aw, thank you. Aw, thank you so much. I really appreciate that sub. I hope you enjoy it. Appreciate you renewing that. Let me keep scrolling back down. I want to make sure I didn't miss any chat. Squiggles, how are you doing? And Squiggles, I think I missed something. I was looking through a VOD the other day to see. I like to watch back my VODs to make sure I'm like check sound settings and make sure the visuals are okay and look for issues like when my setup moves itself. And I saw that you said the stickers you ordered had arrived. Was that you or was that somebody else? If it was you, I'm glad they got there. Lagging Cries Watermelon, which is great. I had a whole bunch of that yesterday. Xylight Art, hello, hello. So many folks in here. Aki7U, Aki2U? I don't know. Anyway, good to have you. Welcome back in. We're at Site B today. Yes, we are at Site B today. Your Huion doesn't have that issue. Yeah, I don't know why mine does. I've heard of various things happen with people's Huions, though. At least my pen works. Hey toilet, how are you doing? Wow, that is a magical toilet. Welcome on in. How are you doing, Dark? Let's see. Is the rabbit and the bunny the same? Yeah. Rabbits and hares are different, and the bunny, I think a lot of people call that, there may be some truth to that, I think a lot of people call their rabbits bunnies when they're domesticated, but I think rabbit and bunny are interchangeable terms, yeah. Hares are different, yeah. Okay. The hares in Redwall, yeah, Redwall's a great resource. Smorf, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm just catch up on chat and then we will start drawing. If you wanted to start already, please, again, don't feel like you have to wait on me. I just take a while sometimes. I do want to look up one skeletal. I do want to do one skeletal study at least of a rabbit, so. Jackrabbits are nature forgetting what a rabbit looks like and drawing on memory. They're super common in the Midwest. Hares are? Is that what you're talking about? Hares are bigger and kind of kangaroo-like, yeah. They just have really, really intense features. They're like an exaggerated rabbit. You see them outside your house. Yeah, I've never seen one. They're all over where you are, Beats. Yeah, that must be more of a UK thing. Maybe it's just not in the regions I've lived. I don't think I've ever seen a hare. Yeah, Jerry the hare. That's right. I can't see the right one's nose. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I have it cut off on the image? I apologize. I always forget this setup doesn't show the whole picture. Sorry about that. Let me catch up. Ultimate Pumpkin Time! Or a pumpkin pie. I saw you say art time. It is art time. I'm slow today. I'm also very tired. You feel like you're back in school when the beamer... Hi, Nesborg. How you doing? Charzia! Welcome on in. I'm sorry about the sounds, guys. I know, they probably make everybody feel like their computer's breaking. Oh no! Yeah, we have a... BJ, we have a... we do have a game challenge we're doing. Hopefully people say they want me to play games, so we have a bits... a channel points donation pool. You guys have already got it to 4%, so anyway, if you want to donate to that, we'll be playing, maybe playing a game sometime. We'll see. We have 30 days. We just started it yesterday, so. It's no tort time. It is not. It is a Huion tablet. I need to get an actual clapping emote. I thought Critter was perfect and flawless. I know. It turns out. Sorry, guys. Sorry for that noise. That's a cute turtle. Yeah, that's a sphere. Yeah, the tail's curled. It's so cute. And as always, I finally got down to you. Thank you so much. 7 months of subs. I really appreciate that. That's okay, Smurf. No need to participate. I'm finally getting to the bottom of the chat here. Perfect. Okay, let's get started. So if you would like to draw along with me, and if you've never done this before, if this is your first time being here, we like to talk about studying versus copying and how those things are different and important to differentiate. Let's see if my pen works this time. There we go. Rabbits. It's Rabbit Week. And so I also threw hares in. I don't know if, I mean, hares are technically different, but they're in the same family, I believe. So we're going to be looking at both. So here we have a hare and a rabbit. Talked about those. And again, just really quickly, I want to talk about like, this is like a thing I pinned, I think, in my rabbits folder just for fun. But you can see how different the body shape is. That's what they're pointing out here is like the body shape is very different than the actual skeleton shape. So actually a hare I feel like is less fluffy than a rabbit, and you can see a little bit more of this shape, like that kind of athletic curve in the back, a little bit more streamlined. You don't get a lot of that in the bunny. It's just kind of a lump with cute ears, right? But I liked this because it talks about mistakes people make. They're talking about specifically rabbits, but I think it's a good example to talk about this word I'm always using that you've probably heard me say about like drawing the schema or drawing what you think something looks like rather than actually looking at the reference and studying it and trying to draw what it really, and think about what it really looks like and what its function is. So like, you know, a lot of people draw the whites of the eye. You know, we're just used to that. We see that in Disney movies, we see that in animation. Animals are cute and you see the whites of the eye. And the whites of the eye, that's actually a way to kind of convey expression when you're doing like a anthropomorphized animal, even if it's not like an anthro, but just, you know, an animal that you want people to connect with. You want them to feel more human. Showing the whites of the eye is a way to kind of like show which way the eye is looking and get a lot more expression that we are used to reading in each other as humans. That's kind of a big way that we show how we're feeling is we have a wide eye, so you can see the whites of the eye. We're like squinting, so you see that can look like a glare, and you see less of the white. And there's a lot of meaning there, and so we just kind of naturally do that on most of the things that we draw. But you know, most animals, you don't see the whites of the eye. There's actually some very funny stuff that was going around a few years ago about a gorilla had a rare condition where it actually the sclera, I think that's called the sclera, like what we would call the white of the eye. Normally it's colored in apes, but his was like a pale, like a whitish or like a yellow. And so he actually like had very human expressions. And I think he lives in Japan. He's like in a Japanese zoo. And there's so many pictures of him online. I forget the name of him. But it's just like anytime he would sit in any normal gorilla way, it just looked more human. And a lot of that is just because we don't think about that, but like that's a lot of how we use body language as humans. Anyway, so it just talks about some of these mistakes, like drawing the whites of the eye instead of actually drawing the eyes, and also putting them too front on the face. A lot of herbivores or prey animals are going to have eyes more situated on the sides of the face so that they can see more broadly, like if there's a predator coming, right? So we're not used to thinking about those things. We're used to kind of humanizing the way an animal drawing would look. So again, this is basically everything on this side is talking about what we think we see when we're drawing. That's when you're like drawing your animal and you just start doing things subconsciously because that's what you're used to. That's called your like a schema, basically, as far as artistic development goes. And then drawing from actual reference is going to show you like, okay, the nose doesn't look like it has these big buck teeth like we see in cartoons. It actually looks like this, and the nose isn't a big triangle. It's actually a very small slit. You know, there's a lot of really common issues that we do. Anyway, I just think I thought this was really helpful. I don't know who the artist is. I don't know if it says on here, but I did pin it on the Pinterest. Hopefully it links back. I was in a hurry, so I didn't check if it linked back. But yeah, all this stuff is so basically everything here is schema. Schemas are symbols. Just think of it that way. Like when you draw a cloud, if you do it like this, that's a schema or a symbol of a cloud. It's not really drawing what a cloud, like looking at a cloud. Even this for me is kind of a schema. Like this is how I draw my clouds because that's just, I've looked at clouds and a lot of them look like that. But like that's still not me drawing what it looks like. That's me drawing from memory. So anyway, we're trying to break down the schema basically with our reference studies. So we like to look at what the animals really look like so we can learn new habits, basically. We want to kind of re-inform our brains. And anyway, that's my TED Talk on what we're doing. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry. Isel, hello. It's so good to see you. Thanks for popping in. And Tom Z, hey. Nice to have you here. We're just trying rabbits today, guys. It's rabbit week. I don't know if you knew that. I didn't know that until recently, but I decided that we would do rabbits today. I am going to look at the rabbit skeleton really fast. I like starting with skeletal studies. It really helps me kind of learn about the anatomy a little bit better. Oh, here's a good one. Let's use this one. This looks great. I'm going to pin this skeleton I just found to the rabbit section of my Pinterest. Thank you, Maze, for pinning that to the top of the board. Oops, I posted that in the wrong place. There we go. So we'll start here. And hopefully my music's not too loud. I feel like this song is a little bit louder, so I'm going to turn it down slightly. Anyway, guys, just let me know. Why is this one so loud and the other ones are not? Easy. Hey, Paleontologist VA. I am back home, yes. The AC is still not working, but I also had to run some errands this morning, so I just didn't have time to run to the studio, which is why it's so nice that I can work from home when I need to. I'm going to move Mr. Hare down here. Alright, so this is a rabbit. This actually might be a hare skeleton, now that I'm looking at it. The legs look extremely long. But you know what? We're just going to go with it. We're just going to go with it. I think this might be a hare. Maybe it is a rabbit. Well, yeah, I take it back. Maybe it is a rabbit. We're just seeing a lot more of the tail than we're used to seeing. But it looks very cat-like, right? Like, there's a lot of features here that I'd be like, huh. Except for obviously the hind legs being so long. Anyway, I don't know. It's either a rabbit or a hare, but we're gonna get started. This is why I wish that I could have had some time to find a comparison, like a hare skeleton versus a rabbit skeleton. I really wanted to look at the differences, but that's okay. They're gonna be pretty darn close. Jackdaws have light blue irises for the same purpose, actually. Oh, cool! You can guide a jackdaw using your gaze. A jackdaw is a crow, right? That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah. Thanks for giving these a shout out. Yeah, we do rely a lot on facial expression for sure. Communicating with the eyes. Let's see. I'm gonna catch up here. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing good. Paleontologist VA, it's good to see you. Thank you for sharing that, Paleontologist VA. Yeah, I'm more looking for anatomical differences. So something more specific than just larger size. We did talk about the long ears and the long legs, but I just wanted to look at the skeleton. But that's okay. That's okay. We're just gonna deal with what we have here. Rabbits love to loaf. There you go. All right. So as we always do, if you are new to drawing from reference, I want to emphasize that you should just start by looking for the forms. Look for the shapes. You know, try not to get too hung up on details. I have a real hard time with this. I tend to want to like start going into like, oh, here's the shoulder blade and here's that. Like, that's really interesting. But, you know, I'm saying it for myself as much as I'm saying it for anyone else. I don't want to get too caught up. I just want to focus on form and proportion. So I'm trying to look at things like how big is the chest right here compared to, oh, that's why that's not working. You know, how big is the chest cavity compared to the head shape? You know, I want to make sure I get those things right. Those are going to help me figure out when I'm actually looking at the reference, like, help me figure out what I'm looking at, you know? Like, what could be under the skin here? And if I don't know where things go, then I won't be able to draw it as well, basically. I love this, like, beak shape that they have. It's very funny, and I want to keep that in mind. Okay. But again, for me, personally, I'm not going to get super detailed. Oops. Hold on, I got really excited about that. See, and this is why. I'm doing it right now. I just said I wouldn't, and I literally did it while I was talking. I really like focusing on details too early. It's a big problem for me. But the reason it's a problem, maybe you're wondering, like, why is that a problem? There's nothing wrong with that. Well, it can be a problem when you're trying to make sure your proportions are right. So, for example, if I don't check these proportions, like, early on, I might end up with something I need to redraw entirely much later down the process in my illustration. So it's not as big of a deal during a study because it's pretty quick and easy to fix. But when I'm making an illustration, you know, it's potentially you could end up redrawing an entire section of something because you didn't check your proportions early on. So just getting in the habit of checking proportion early can save you a lot of headaches in the end. And so it's a habit that I know I need to develop personally. I'm just not in the habit of doing it that way. So, oh, Tort Time. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for that sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Holy cow, that was so kind of you. Wow. Enjoy the emotes. Okay. Oh, thank you for that link. I'll check it out later at Paleontologist VA. I'm gonna get into the drawing for now. Have I seen The Secret of Nim? I have. I have not The Secret of Nymph. I don't know if that's a typo, but The Secret of Nim I have seen. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Tort Time. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. I get a little rambly about critters. It's kind of hard for me not to. I've thought about calling some of these Casey's Creature Feature instead of warm-up studies, because sometimes we do end up just kind of learning about animals, but I'm glad that most people seem to like animals and that that's not a problem, because I know it's a little off topic sometimes. You enjoy the rambles, okay. Well, I'm glad you like them. I think some people like them more than others. But, you know, it is part of what you're getting here. It's just Casey's inner monologue just comes out, becomes my outer monologue, if you will. So we are, I can't tell if you're joking or not, PJ, but just keep in mind, this is a family-friendly, you know, work-safe stream. So as long as what you're chatting about is, you know, falls under those lines, you're all good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So it's one funny thing that I think is interesting is pointing out this tail shape. Oh, you're all good. No worries. I just wanted to throw it out there. You haven't done anything wrong. You're fine. But I do think it's really funny. We don't often think of like rabbits or even hares really having like a tailbone. Kind of like this picture implies. A lot of people just talk about it like they just kind of draw big fluff. Like it's like almost like it's a pom-pom on the end of their body. But really it is an actual tail. Like you'll notice when rabbits are running, when they're in flight, when they're fearful, then they flare up. That it's like a signal, kind of like a deer. How they do like the white flagging as they run off, right? It's very similar with rabbits. You can actually probably see that right here. So there's a nice little tail there. Of course, it's probably a little easier to see in the hair because they have such short fur, and then they also have kind of longer, exaggerated features. But I'm sure we'll pull up a buddy, and I'm sure once we get to one, you'll notice that the tail does look more like, you know, this instead of like this. So feel free. I did post this image in the Discord. If anyone needs the Discord, you can type !Discord to get there. Feel free to hop in there and hop in there. I didn't mean to do that, but I like it. Anyway, sorry, I'm a dummy for puns. Anyhow, feel free to go in there and just reference this if you need it, but I'll probably flip down to it a few times just when I'm talking about these kinds of things, but I'm not gonna really draw from it today. I just wanted to have it handy. Okay, are we zoomed too far in? We are. There we go. Thank you, Xyli, for laughing at that. What is this inner monologue you speak of? Yeah, I don't know. It just always becomes my outer monologue, Be It Diesel, whenever I'm streaming. So I think I'm a nervous chatterer too. Streaming still makes me a little bit nervous, you know. It's like, I don't know. You're like on camera, like kind of like on a show. It's I don't know. It's a strange thing. Feels wrong that rabbits don't have paw pads. You know, I heard that, and then I looked it up, and I feel like there is skin there, but it's like covered in hair. Yeah, so that's an interesting fact, is that they have little, they have like, it's like a really dense fur, and that's what insulates their feet from the ground rather than pads. I think they do actually, though, have toe beans. Like, if you look at really young ones or something, I don't have time to go down that rabbit hole, if you will, but if someone wants to look it up, I do remember because I heard that and I looked it up, and like, they get covered by hair, but I think they do actually have skin down there. I don't know. It is neat, yeah. Maybe it sounds weird, but I like the constant stream of chatting. Oh, that's good. Well, you're gonna get that here, so. But it's not, yeah, it's not super visible like on cats and dogs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can post it, yeah, if you want to post something in a Nerd Talk would probably be a good spot. Or if it's related to drawing, you can post it. I haven't clicked your link yet, so I'm not sure what it's more related to. But if it's more scientific information, I'd post it in Nerd Talk maybe. Or you can post it in the stream event section since we're talking about drawing rabbits if it is about like anatomy study. Yeah, anytime, by the way, that we're doing a stream event, like the warm-up streams or the art showcase that's coming up on July 1st, you guys can talk about that in the stream events section. I'm trying to figure out if there's like a better way to describe some of those channels. So if you guys have ideas, please let me know. There's been some confusion about the art showcase, so I just want to make sure that everyone understands, like, it's pinned to the top of the section, but that is actually not where you post random art. That's actually if you want to be a part of the actual showcase, like show your best of for the month of June or whatever, or just like some piece you made that you're really proud of that you've never shared before. You just do one post per person in that channel. And basically it's like once a month we will look at everything in there on stream. So we're going to do that at the end of stream on July 1st. Just make sure if you want to enter that you enter by the end of the month. So that's we kind of were loosey-goosey on that rule last time because it was the first time. But if you post in right before the stream, I kind of want to, it just makes it easier for me to know when to cut things off. So we'll just say anything posted in June will be what we show for the Best of June showcase. And if it's posted in July, even if it's like right before the stream, I'm just going to say we'll save that for the next showcase. And if that's too confusing, maybe I'll change that. But for me, it just makes it easier on my end to be able to tell like where the line is. So anyway, if you'd like to be a part of that Discord, anyone is welcome as long as it's work safe, family friendly, all that stuff, you know, how TOS, Twitch TOS abiding. You know, check that if you're not sure what that means. But yeah, just don't get me in trouble. But we'll show it on stream. Whatever you're proud of, you know, it does. Even if you're like a beginner artist, if you've like made a new advancement this month and you're really proud of that, I'd love to see it. So yeah, Discord. Thank you, Tort Time, for dropping that in there. And if anyone wants to click that and join, that is the way to participate in the showcase. Now we also have like an art share channel. So the art share is where you can post anytime you want any work you're working on. So feel free to do that. And we also have a Works in Progress now channel that's been really fun to watch. It's really cool seeing everybody's stuff kind of take shape, you know. Anyway, yeah, check that out. And let me know if you have questions. And feel free to type in the event chat. Like I said, if you have questions, I or a mod can answer them for you in there. Happy to clarify. So if you're watching the stream later, you can still ask questions. You can ask them live too, of course. But anyway, it's just a new event that we're trying out. It was really fun last time, so I'd love to see what you guys are proud of that you've worked on this month. Some really cool, some really awesome artists in my Discord, and I'd love to show you guys off. And you can also post social media links in there too. So in the art showcase, it's supposed to be like a, hey, here's all the cool artists that are in here. Go follow them, like go watch their streams, all that stuff. Oh, thank you, Beauty Soul. Yeah, it's definitely not a copy. So I guess I'm trying to lean more into just the study portion of this. So you can see I'm not super worried about trying to copy the image exactly. What I'm trying to do is, as I'm drawing, I'm asking myself questions. So I'm like, why am I seeing a hump here? Oh, because that's, the rib cage. He's kind of sitting with he's like got his little paws tucked up over his rib cage, and so that like bulge on the side, that's his ribs like kind of sticking out a little bit. And then this like super flexible skeleton, he's up on his haunches, so I know it kind of curves back like that. So by asking myself these questions, like, what's this fur here? Oh, that's the fur on the feet. I'm trying to study it so I can remember this stuff for later if I go to draw this animal in an illustration. So I can pull this information because I've thought about it, and I'm not just copying line for line. I'm actually asking questions and trying to answer them as I draw. It's gonna help reinforce things in my creative bank account, right? And Isel, I know that you know this. I'm just kind of repeating this for myself and for anybody who's new to drawing and like studying or not really sure how I'm making decisions. Yeah, anyway, so you can see it's not like an exact copy, but I'm trying to eliminate my own schema here. So I'm trying to eliminate this stuff, the mistakes, the things you do by default when you draw what you think something looks like. I'm trying to eliminate that in my own work. So the only way to do that, or the best way, I guess I should say, not the only way, but the best way that I've found to do that is to do studies like this and to just try and like revisit what things actually look like. I could ask myself, for example, like, why is the fur darker around the nose here? I wonder what's causing that. And it's probably like, oh, that's because the light is hitting that fur differently, and that's actually it's like a demarcation of like, some kind of indentation of the skin or the anatomy or something. I could go back and look at my skeletal reference and think, okay, like there's a little bit of a line or a crease here. It's hard to tell from this picture. And I really do think the more I look at this that this is probably a hair, because that's a very long face. But, it could just be like, oh, the nose kind of attaches right here, so it creates like a dent. Yeah, I think this is a hair, actually, because the head shape is not nearly as sloped as this. But anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Where's the viciousness of the rabbit? We do have some fighting rabbits in my Pinterest that we'll probably draw from in a second. I tried to start off with like more generic poses just to ease into it, and then we'll jump into some action poses. From where you're sitting, you can see the rabbit skull you got from eBay. That's cool, and it's not creepy at all, Isel. I love that. I love that. That's so cool. I wish I had room to have more of a collection of things like that. I would definitely be one of those people that had like a cabinet of curiosities, if you will, in my home. I think it'd be super, super fun to have things like skulls and snake skins and like bird wings and stuff like that just to like look at. They're really interesting. You have a rabbit pelt you bought when you were 12. Oh, cool. Bird skulls are cool. Yeah, I've never found one. I found like, I'd have like antlers, of course. I think I found a turtle like skeleton one time, but it was kind of like crushed and mangled, so I didn't take it with me. Do we need to bring up Lord Frith and El? Yes, indeed. Feel free. Feel free. I do feel like, somebody talked about Watership Down. So yes, I did get that reference, Amaze. Yesterday when we were talking about doing this. It would be really, if you haven't seen Watership Down, which by the way, if anyone needs any kind of cool, like, I don't know, stylized references of rabbits, go look at some pictures of Watership Down. The original, not the remake that they did recently, but the original animated feature of Watership Down. Just like really cool. I'm trying to find, there was like a scene where they're fighting or something that was really neat. But I love the way they stylized these critters. They look so cool. I'm trying to find a really good screenshot. Oh, I'm so clumsy. It's not the best screenshot, but it is a screenshot. So if you've never seen it before, just really, I don't know, the shapes that they used are really cool. And like, I still think about the intro to this movie a lot because it's very stylized and talks about some of the rabbit lore and like all these like legends of their, I don't know, their culture or whatever. It's interesting. It's interesting. Another inspiration for Drift actually is kind of the vibe of that original Watership Down animation. Which, if you don't know, I feel like I've talked about Drift a lot lately, but Drift is the webcomic I'm working on. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot to tell people I was doing this today. Hold on. Let me take a quick screenshot if you guys don't mind. You've read the book. Yeah, I've read the book too. The book is really excellent. I loved books like that growing up, like any kind of animal books. Oh, hold on. Let's not have that drawing rabbit tips thing in there. Okay. You have deer skulls. That's cool. I need some water. Hold on. You saw that movie too young. It is kind of intense. Ugh, man, I think I'm getting sick. Ugh. My voice has been really raspy for like 2 days. Yeah, go draw some rabbit skulls. If anyone, listen, if you have anything like that in your vicinity and you want to do a study of something that you're observing rather than a flat image, highly recommend doing a study. If you have a rabbit skull, holy cow, I would be drawing the heck out of that if I had that handy to me. Do that. Any kind of study that you want to share, though, if you want to drop it in the warm-up art section of Discord, that is where you go for that. And I will share those at the end of this stream. And anyone is welcome to participate, you know, like I said, as long as you're drawing stuff that's work safe, family friendly, all that good stuff, should be fine. Sorry, I haven't had breakfast yet. I'm really hungry. Okay, let's find, oh, that's what I was doing. I forgot what I was doing. I get so distracted. Thank you, Xylai, for the permission to eat. I appreciate that. I do feel bad about eating on stream sometimes. I don't have time to post anywhere else. I'm just posting on Twitter. Doing rabbit studies this morning. Sorry, typing sounds. Should I call this, I thought about calling this the art gym. Casey's art gym. I don't know. That seems like a long hashtag. I just want an easy way for people to participate if you do use social media so that I can like repost it. But just tag me if you post anything on social media so I can find it. Okay. Let's keep drawing. Flay means to feed. Oh yeah, that's right. They had like their own language. It's been a long time since I've visited that world. haven't had time to read much lately, unfortunately. Has anyone, okay, since you guys are talking about, you're familiar with things like Watership Down, there's like a whole genre of animal fiction or animal fantasy, I suppose, that's kind of like Watership Down, or not quite Animal Farm. I feel like Animal Farm was a little more satire, but you know what I'm talking about, like Watership Down, or like Wind in the Willows, or like Bambi would be a like naturalist fantasy, I suppose. I'm not really sure what the genre is, but there's this series. I don't know if I've never met anyone else who's read this series, but it showed up in my library, my local library when I was in high school. It was called so it was about crows. It was like Watership Down but for crows. Wasn't quite as intense as Watership Down, definitely. Definitely a little more like, maybe a little more Redwall. I don't know, not quite that, because they weren't that anthropomorphized. Like, they were definitely like real crows. It was very, in that sense, it was very much like Watership Down. But it was called The Mob, like, the first book in the series was called The Mob. It was by Clem Martini. Has anyone ever heard of this series, or is that just me? Please speak up if you have. I would love to meet someone else who's, if you're into crows, or jackdaws, I guess, as some might call them, you might like the series. I thought it was really fun as a kid. Anyway, I recently rediscovered it. There's a few libraries in my area that still have a copy, so I've been reading through, trying to slowly read through them. And they're so much fun, and they definitely make me want to draw crows. I don't really know where I was going with that story. I guess I was just hoping somebody else had heard of it. But I know a lot of people have read things like Firebringer was the one about deer. It was like kind of like that, but for deer. Of course, there was another Firebringer about unicorns and griffins. So I guess if that's your speed, check that one out too. The Foxes of First Dark. That was one for foxes. I don't know. There's like this whole subgenre. Yeah, I think it's called the Feather and Bone Chronicles or something like that. Yeah, check it out, Yulodnin. It's kind of hard to find here in the US, so I don't know. It might be one of those things you'd have to buy on like thrift books or eBay or something. If you're outside of the US. Although I did finally just get a copy from I bought the set from eBay because I was like, I really enjoyed this as a kid, and I'm sure I'll enjoy revisiting it as an adult, so I just decided to own it. I really liked it. I mean, it's not like high literature or anything. I'm not sitting here and say it's like, oh, it's the next Dickens or anything, but you know, it's like fun. It's fun. It's a fun animal adventure. If you're into those kinds of books, if you like things like Watership Down or animal stories, check it out. It was a lot of fun. And I've read the first one again, and I can confirm it was fun, and it made me want to read the second, so it was a good time. I don't know, sorry, random ramble about animal fiction. If anyone else has any animal fiction that they'd recommend that's kind of in the same vein of Watership Down, I'd love to hear about it. I'm sure there's others out there for all kinds of critters. But I feel like there was a boom of these types of novels in the like early 2000s. I think it was because of Redwall maybe being so popular. There was just like a ton of people making that kind of content. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Nothing says escapism like a good animal fantasy. You hated where the red fern grows. Isn't that one a really sad one about a dog? I think we had to read that in middle school or high school. Same with Bridge to Terabithia. I don't mind Bridge to Terabithia. I've read it a couple of times. You had to read those back for class in middle school, yeah. I think I don't know if this is true for all schools in the US. I think, you know, US schools vary pretty wildly. But for my reading list that I had, at least in high school, they would just give us a massive list of like 20 or 30 books, and we could pick. We just had to pick like 4 to read for the year, and those were the ones that we would like talk about. I still have those lists actually. That I really wanted to read all the class, like all these things that teacher had picked for like, these are classics you should, like important books you should read. I've read a few off of there, but there's still a few like Ivanhoe that I want to read. I don't know. There's a lot that I haven't read on the list yet. Let's do an action pose. Let's do an action pose. I have a few of like fighting bunnies, some angry March hares, if you will. Ooh, here's a very dynamic bunny. So smart. I don't know about smart. I am a bit of a nerd. So I guess if those things are related, but I appreciate that. There is an ad break coming up, by the way. 2 dogs and a kid at the end of the dog. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember crying when I read Where the Red Fern Grows. I also, sorry, some of you aren't going to be able to hear this. I should probably stop talking. There's an ad right now. Sorry for ads. I don't know why it doesn't tell me there's an ad break coming anymore. We're sitting at freedom. Heart. You guys get a heart? No, heart. I want to let me give you a heart. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh, see, I'm not that smart. There we go. I'm gonna try and hold off until the ads are over. I am gonna draw this button though. Oh, yeah, I think I am getting sick. Ugh. Gross. So young. Sorry. Try not to squeak sing along my raspiness. I actually need to make some more rabbit stickers, so maybe I'll use this inspiration, this practice, to make a few more of those. Don't have to be a babe, have to be scared, babe. Oh, PJ, great idea. This is a good time for a stretch. If anyone is not stuck in an ad and you haven't stretched in a while, I haven't talked about my carpal tunnel stretches in a minute. So if you haven't done one before, basically just take your arm, like hold your hand down. You can also use the wall if that's easier, although I have this bulletin board here now, which, by the way, do you guys see my bulletin board? I finally set one up. Yeah, we'll just, do some stretches while we wait for the ads to finish. If you missed it, here's the carpal tunnel stretch again. You just take your hand and kind of pull it down, like point it toward the ground and gently pull your fingers back toward you. So this is supposed to be a really good stretch to kind of loosen up those tendons and, yeah, keep the carpal tunnels at bay. You can also do prayer pose, which I know you can't really see here, but you just put your hands together and like gently put your hands down toward your belly button. You want to try and keep your palms together, so that's going to stretch those tendons as well. And then of course you can do rotations or rev the motorcycle, as they say. Anyway, a good idea to try and keep everything loose and limber. Also, if you're you're like me and you're trying to work on your posture so that you don't have back problems when you're older, you can always it's hard to see, but basically like push your shoulder blades back to make them almost touch, like you're trying to get them to really stretch. And then once they are, I mean, you don't want to like hurt yourself, right? But like hold for 10 seconds. And you can even like do it with your neck too, to try and decrease the chance of having a neck hump, right? Anyway, and then you relax. And so when that kind of pose that you relax into from that awkward overextension tends to like reset your back. Anyway, okay, we should be back from ads now. So sorry for anybody who was stuck in ads, but I do appreciate you if you stuck it out through those ads. We do 3 minutes of ads once an hour. So that'll be probably the only ads you'll see this stream. So hopefully people like that better. I've been told most people prefer that. So hopefully it's working out. Hey Temper, how you doing? Good to see ya. We are just drawing bunnies today. Well, rabbits and hares, I should say. So again, you might look at this funny shape and be like, okay, what am I looking at here? Like, why does it look that way? So we've got some foreshortening happening. And again, like Lacomcore was saying, you'll see that there aren't really like toe beans on the bottom of the rabbit foot. It's mostly just fur. But this is basically their foot pads. It's how they move so quietly too. I think having the hair there actually helps them be a quieter animal. So over time they've kind of evolved that adaptation to evade predators, right? But this could be a confusing shape if you hadn't looked at the anatomy first. So we've looked at like what's going on under the skin so that we can figure out how to parse out confusing images like this. So this is, again, the difference between studying and copying. If I was copying, I wouldn't ask myself any questions. If I was just copying this, I would only be thinking about, okay, how far is this shadow from this area? How far is this from this? But the problem with that is if you don't understand the underlying anatomy, you might not know what to emphasize. So you might think maybe this line is more important than this line. You might think that's just a highlight, and you might not realize what you're looking at. So by studying the anatomy and asking yourself questions and being like, okay, what am I actually seeing here? Like, oh, okay, this is probably the knee. So if this is the knee, I can look at my skeleton and be like, this is the leg. So this whole shape right here is the leg. What this is just ruffled fur. So that way I don't get confused and actually draw a line like this, right? So again, this is the purpose of studying versus copying. We're not worried as much about drawing it line for line. We're more worried about, do we have comprehension of what's actually happening with this creature, in this instance with the bunny, so that we can figure out what we're looking at. So because I've looked at the way the leg works, and this isn't the first time I've looked at the way the leg works, I know I can be like, okay, this is the ankle bone. And if that's the ankle bone, then this is foreshortening right here, showing me those toes. So this isn't just something I'm magically able to do by looking at this picture one time, right? This is like years of looking at images and trying to figure out what's going on with the anatomy. And I'm not perfect at it. Like, and it just, again, a caveat here, like anything I ever say on these streams, it's just kind of where I'm at. It's kind of where I've arrived, but I'm not an expert. I'm not a pro. I'm just trying to share the way that I approach some of this, and I'm hoping to learn and improve. That's the whole point. It's not just, I'm also doing this to kind of work out the art muscles and get better and improve my skill set. Temper, you say you're taking the afternoon off work today. Oh, that's exciting. So keep on working on your lion and what? Oh, nice. I saw your lion. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to comment on it last night. It was a busy night. But it looks great. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. And have fun. I hope you have fun working on it. Oh, speaking of rabbit tails, we were talking about how the tail isn't just a big fluff. You can actually see some of that tail in this image right here. Forgot to point that out. Got these really dainty little feet down here. So cute. And something else to point out, because we know that the eyes are on the side of the face, you can really see like this heavy brow ridge kind of covers up, so it kind of flattens the top of the eye, so it's not just a round eye. Like if you just draw it bug-eyed, you're gonna be like, that looks weird and I can't figure out why. Think about it. Remember, we have this heavy eye socket. It's kind of forcing these eyes to the side of the head, so if you're looking at it more front on, you're gonna see more of that broad front part of the skull, and you're gonna see less of the eye. So that's why it looks like, it kind of looks angry almost in this picture, but that's just why it's like more flat on one side and more round. You're still seeing that round edge, so I can remember that if I ever go to draw this again, right? Or if I go to draw a rabbit again, I can be like, oh, the eye is gonna look like this from that angle. Have a little bit, I can exaggerate things if I want to and sort of, turn it into whatever picture I'm trying to make it. But these are all things, like I said, the whole purpose of this is to fill that visual library or that creative bank account, whatever you want to call it, so that we can like pull on this information to draw from, literally to draw from later when we make illustrations or think about animals or think about anatomy or do creature design. That's part of why we call this, we've been calling this the art gym lately. I don't know still if I want to, maybe I'll do something with that, but it's kind of like accountability for artists, right? Like you go to the gym, it's hard. It's a lot easier with an accountability buddy because then they're showing up, so you'll show up because you don't want to let them down. It's kind of like that with artists, I feel like, with drawing from reference. We all know we should be doing this. Most artists you talk to are like, yeah, I need to do more studies. Like if you were to ask most artists, not all, but most artists about their study habits, basically, they'll be like, yeah, I need to do more master studies or master copies or whatever you want to call them. Or I need to do, more drawing from observation or more still life or more figure drawing. Like we all know we should be doing this. We just don't make the time because it's not always the most fun part of drawing. It's the very like academic, I guess, part of art making is the foundational stuff. But it's so important for artists at all levels to go back and do these things, just to refamiliarize themselves, if nothing else, with concepts that they learned a long time ago, but maybe haven't actually thought about in a while. Because it's like math, right? If you don't use it, you lose it. And over time, you can start to fall into this category, and over time, you'll start to just draw a schema or what you think something looks like rather than drawing what it actually looks like because you haven't spent the time studying it. Like this is really interesting. When the nose is open or up, like when they're smelling or twitching, you're going to see more of those nostrils. It's almost like a flap that opens up so they can smell. But most of the time it's like a slit. Like you might not think about that. And I do definitely see people put like dog noses and other types of noses on their rabbits that just aren't correct, you know? Like they don't have the same type of nose that a dog does. It's just different. So like this little bunny, his nose is open right now. This one, it's closed. So it's just like little things like that that you can like file away to remember for future illustrations. Always helpful. Even if you're not planning on drawing a rabbit anytime soon, you never know. You might want to use some of these things in like a creature design. I mean, I might. I don't know. We have a sea slug dragon stream coming up soon, I believe. So maybe I'll pull that in somehow to one of those. All right, let's find another reference photo. And thank you guys for hanging out with me, by the way. I know I've said it a few times, but I really do appreciate the accountability of the company. Oops, sorry about that. I also just realized I had broken my Twitch screen, so hold on. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Very annoying. Okay, there we are. And we also want to do, where is it? A hare! Yeah, we're gonna do a hare now. We've been doing some rabbits. Let's do a hare. How you doing, by the way, Siren? It's so good to see you. Sorry, everybody, you might hear me talk again. There we go. I forgot to open up my creator dashboard, and I'm trying to find it right now. So every time I pause or mute myself on Twitch, it still plays. It's very annoying. And I don't know how to make it stop. Okay, there we go, finally. So, you know, we're only an hour into stream, and I'm finally set up, so that's good. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Aki. Appreciate that. A little bit squirrely. You didn't scare me though, I was looking at chat, Lagum Core. Sorry, I'll be more considerate next time and look away. I did stretch and I did hydrate. Thank you guys, appreciate those. I think I did all of these. I've been really bad about clearing my rewards request queue. There we are. News headlines: Tortoise investigated for possible use of performance-enhancing lettuce. That is quite the headline. Kids in a town down south had the best running backs. Nobody could figure out why. Turns out the airport was paying them to catch jackrabbits so they wouldn't get on the runway? No way. So they're just like really good sprinters? I know you wanted to scare me. You gotta wait till I'm not paying attention. I know everyone wants that jump scare counter to go up. I've created monsters. It is funny though. Alright, let's do a hare. Or actually, you know what? Let's do a little baby. We haven't done a little tiny baby. Oh my gosh, this picture is so cute, but it's not very helpful with anatomy, so I think I'll do this one. Even though it's a meme, so just, you know, ignore the text under it. I couldn't find this picture this morning without the text. I'm sure I could if I looked a little harder, but you guys look at this cute bun. Little bun bun. So cute. Ah! Ignore the text. We're not worried about that. It's not Friday. Hold on, what is today? It's Tuesday. There we go. All right. Turns out, Mayor of Canada, that is very spooky. Okay, but I actually am a little bit of a wimp. If we do manage to get the game stream thing, like if there's enough channel points donated to that goal, I will not be playing a scary game. No amount of channel points will get me to play a scary game, okay? I might have like a roster of options you guys can choose from. We'll have to talk about it if we get closer, but I was trying to lurk on Generator Friday. Friday? I think it's Friday. Friday? Shoot, I think it's Friday. No, it's Friday. I'm trying to remember how to say it. I was lurking on his stream the other day, and I was gonna say hi, but he was playing such a scary game that I had to go away. It was funny, but I still just, I don't know. I've never been like a horror movie or like scary games person. Happy Tuesday. Go enjoy your lunch, Kudo. Thank you so much for hanging out. I do appreciate you. It's good to see ya. I know, right? Isn't it cute? It's you guys, if you're lurking right now and you need a cute baby bunny, look on stream. I had to draw this. It's very dynamic and adorable. It'll probably be up for another like 5 minutes while I finish drawing, but see, I'm doing the thing again where I get too into the details before I draw the actual form. I have such bad art habits, guys. I'm trying to fix them. But you have a, do you really? You have one of them right now? Wait, you have a baby bunny, Isel? The bunny stream is on. It's right, the bunny stream is on. Welcome on in, Chris Wright. How you doing? Good to see ya. We do be drawing rabbits today. Rabbits and hares. We've done a few hares. Oh, he's in the yard. That's so cute. We have a few baby bunnies too, but they are very scared. They always run away very quickly. We have one in the yard that's been slowly, like, not super afraid of us. I live in an apartment complex, but it's pretty quiet, so there's not a lot of people around. It's a very small apartment complex. Anyway, he's been hanging out in the courtyard, and he sometimes lets me walk really close to him before he runs away, which is always a lot of fun. His one of his parents, I don't know if it's the mom or the dad, but one of them is like super used to us and like does not care. I mean, we can walk right by that rabbit and he'll just keep eating, or she. It's very fun. We also have some squirrels that I've befriended, and I think the rabbits have watched us like hanging out with the squirrels and like giving them treats and stuff, and so they've realized like, okay, these humans are all right. You got spooked by a Roomba, so it's not just me. It's not just me. That's funny. Your story, any stories to tell people trying to, wait, what? Me? Wait, what? That's such a random question. No? That doesn't happen to me. Nasborg says, you like being spooked every now and then, but absolutely hate jump scares. Interesting. I don't like being scared. I tend to, it's not as bad now that I'm older, but for a long time, like well into my adulthood, anything that was scary, like, I couldn't fall asleep at night. I would just be thinking about that happening in my dark room, like, all night. And I just wouldn't be able to go to bed. I don't know. I have friends that like going to, like, haunted houses and stuff around Halloween. I just scream myself hoarse. I went to one. The last time I ever went to one was with a friend when I was still teaching. And, yeah, I screamed myself hoarse and literally had to have a student, like one of the 5th graders, like, come help me teach. Like, basically I would type stuff and they would, like, read it to the class for me. It was pretty bad. I had no voice. It was, like, such a quiet day of art class that day. Even more quiet than normal. I always had to keep my classroom pretty quiet, but that day especially. I'm starting to wonder, guys, this Roman nose, it makes me wonder, am I drawing a rabbit right now? Or is this a Mara? Let me look at another, maybe baby bunnies just have that shape to their face. Oh, okay, yeah, they do. Here's another one that's definitely a rabbit. You just can't see it very well, but there is like a slight indentation before it goes up. I'll just emphasize that slightly. This is kind of what Maras look like, though. Oh, so bright. Get away. I can't see. Oof. Watch the movie Signs is 2 hours of wanting to be scared with no payoff. I actually don't mind Signs. I know a lot of people don't like that movie. You love to work in haunted houses. Be at Easel, really, but not walk through them. Wait, did you work at were you a haunted house person? Wait, hold on. That is like the most specific Beat Easel lore. Did you used to be a scarer or whatever they call them? you had one a few years back who was a little albino. Oh, a little albino bunny, like a wild one. You could go right next to him. We named him Toasty Marshmallow. That is so cute. A cast member, sorry, cast member. Oh my gosh, no, I was the one that the cast members targeted. Like they're like, oh, there's a screamer coming through right now. Everybody focus on the girl with curly hair, and they would like come find me. Like I literally pulled my friend to the ground. I jumped on her so hard a few times. I felt really bad. She was in high heels. Oh my gosh. Is Amara a different kind of? Yeah, it is. Yes, Chris, right. We were talking about them earlier. Let me pull them up again since apparently my screen wasn't really showing everything anyway. So if you go to my Pinterest board and you go up in the parent folder of the rabbits and hares folder, you'll see a rodents folder, and there's a few critters in there that look a whole lot like rabbits, but they are not rabbits. So for example, there's a Amara, which this one you can kind of tell it's not a rabbit. There's a better, like a younger Mara is going to look a lot more like a rabbit. And there might be some short-eared rabbits too. So maybe we were looking at a short-eared rabbit earlier. I don't know. Let me see. There might be some short-eared ones. But okay, so this is a Mara. Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm looking at this now, I'm like, okay, maybe that picture we were looking at before was actually a short-eared rabbit, so I kind of panicked. I was like, oh no, this isn't a rabbit, this is a Mara, but I think it might have been a short-eared rabbit. So this is a Mara. It looks like a hare with short ears, but it's not. It is actually a different, it's a rodent, it's a type of rodent. And then we also have the Viscacha, which from the front just looks like a very sleepy rabbit, but it's not. It's actually also a rodent. And it has a really long tail. So here's one from the side. So you kind of know more from, like, when you see the tail, you can be like, okay, that's obviously not a rabbit, because I mean, look at that. Yeah, but anyway, these are things that have rabbit-like features. Like, they've got those hind feet that are really big. They're good at jumping. They have a lot of the same adaptations that rabbits do, like the large ears for hearing predators, eyes on the side of their head. The Viscacha is very funny because it always looks very sleepy. Like, all the time. Like, I think this is its eyes wide open. I'm not sure if it's because it lives in a dusty environment, perhaps, so this is some kind of, like, way to keep dust out of their eyes. But anyway, these are different types of critters that can look like rabbits at first glance, but they are not. We may have actually, let me see if I can find that picture again. I may have misspoken. I think it's actually in my rabbit board. Hold on, let me go back there. Nope, not can. Oh my gosh. Pinterest is so annoying sometimes. So I'm gonna do a retcon here. I panicked a little bit because I thought this was Amara, but I think now that I'm looking at it again, now that we've drawn a few especially, I think it is actually a short-eared rabbit. But it has those short ears that are like Amara. It could be a baby rabbit maybe, but it looks too long-legged to be a baby. I'm gonna say this is a short-eared rabbit. Anyway. But the Mara has ears about this long. Short-eared rabbit. Yeah, this is a short ear. I don't know why I forgot these existed. Ooh, here's a really short one. Holy cow. Oh. That's not a short-eared rabbit. That's a rabbit with an injury. That's really sad. Yeah, that's a short ear. Okay, cool. Do-dee-dee-dee-dee-doo. Oh, here's a domestic rabbit with short ears. That's cute too. Okay, anyway. He's running so quickly. They're both precious babies, yes. Still a rabbit. Yeah, it's crazy, right, Tipper? Yeah, you should look up pictures of the Viscacha. Here's how you say it, if anyone's interested to learn more about them. Go look them up. They're super interesting. This has been brought to you by Casey's Creature Feature. We are learning about random creatures. Okay, so I'm gonna put, since I did that one dirty earlier, we're gonna redraw that one because I did like that pose. But I was like, oh no, it's not a rabbit! Quick, get it off the screen. So I apologize. I was misleading earlier. Didn't mean to be. I'm here to learn, just like everyone. I'm not perfect. The internet's unforgiving. I know I'm not canceled, but anyway. Let's finish this little guy. And then we'll go draw a short-eared rabbit. Oh no, your 2H pencil. Don't lose it. We need it to draw. I actually haven't drawn in a sketchbook in a long time. We might do some traditional sketches sometimes. Would you guys be interested in a warm-up sketch session if I like had a camera pointed down at the table maybe? We'd have to do it from my studio because I only have one camera here. Maybe we'll do that sometime just to help me use up a sketchbook. Yeah, you guys want to see that? Maybe we'll do that sometime. That'd be fun. Be a fun variation on this session. I have so many sketchbooks. Oh no, there's a little bug. My roommate just brought some plants in. There's all these little like flies buzzing around now. Don't get into my raspberries, little bug. I need them. I need them to live. Alright, short-eared rabbit. Gonna write that down. He really did say boo. Very cartoony. I mean, look at this is a great picture to show you the flexibility of these creatures though. I mean, that flexible spine is really like curving around that rib cage right now. And look at the rotation ability of those hip joints. Like it's like a cheetah stretch right here. I love it. It's such a good pose. I'm glad I figured out that it's a rabbit so that we can draw it today. I was quite concerned earlier, now I feel silly. It is interesting though, I wonder if he's got this little ridge because that's not normal for most rabbits. Maybe it is for the short-ear though. I'm not super familiar with the short-eared rabbit, so maybe that is normal. Normally you don't see this kind of like a Roman nose though on anything that's not a rodent. In fact, let's look up the short-eared rabbit really fast. Let me just double check some things. We're gonna have a little mini creature feature. Yep, we sure are. Short-eared rabbit facts. Ready? Animal facts. The bunny ran so fast he lost his tail. Yeah, maybe short-eared rabbits may not have tail. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna look up short-eared rabbits really fast. Hold on. It's called a marsh rabbit. Okay, it's a small cottontail. Oh yeah. So it's actually called a marsh rabbit. Is it a rabbit? Yeah, it is. Lagomorpha. Okay, so it's in Lagomorph. It's a lagomorph, so it is a rabbit. So for those who don't know, Lagomorpha is the order that rabbits and hares fall into. Other things like the Mara and the Viscacha, those are rodents. Those are in the Rodentia order or family, I guess. Leopridae? Lepo, I don't know how to say this. Leporidae, maybe. Anyway. Oh, they also have pikas. I forgot pikas were in this order. This is so confusing too because the pika. Oh my gosh, we have pikas here, or pika. I still don't know how you say them. If you guys have never seen a pika or a pika before, they're like a high altitude. They look like gerbils. Like they are not. Here's one holding flat, like high altitude flowers. That's its food in its mouth. Oh my gosh, they're very common in the Rockies. But they don't look like they're rabbits, but they're in the same family, like genetically. Yeah, so this is a real life Pikachu right here. Look how cute he is. They make really cute noises. I see them all the time when I'm hiking up in the mountains, like we do 14ers and stuff in the summer, which I need to get in shape for. I'm not in shape for one right now. But yeah, they're adorable and they make these little high-pitched squeaks. If I ever oh my gosh, Timper, yes. How did I miss that? You're right. Pikachu! Yes, it is a Pikachu. Pikachuing on something. That is adorable. Yeah, they're all over. This one's a little mottled looking. It looks like he's kind of wet or something. They normally have pretty even fur texture. Here's another one, super cute. Oh my gosh, look at this little guy. I'm just gonna pull it over here and show you. Anyway, these are pika or pika, and they're all over the like high altitude Rockies. We see them all the time in Colorado. But yeah, they look like little gerbils. They don't, I mean, I guess if you look closely, I can kind of see the rabbit-like feature, but the short ears and the body type sort of looks just very different. But I guess the feet do sort of look like rabbit paws, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't actually know what their hind feet look like. They're so fluffy. Bringing flowers to their beloved. Oh, yeah. So we're not going to draw these today just because it's we're doing rabbits and hares. We're not doing pika or pika. I actually don't know how to say it if anyone does know. But yeah, it's oops. That's interesting. They're so dang cute. They're so dang cute. And they make these little squeaks. They sound like squeak toys. So they're just like when you're out walking around the Rockies, you just hear these random squeaks. Like that's a pika. Or a pika. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Oh my gosh, they're so adorable. Now I'm just looking at pictures of pika. Pika, 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 pika. Oh, a pygmy rabbit. You guys, you have to see what a pygmy rabbit looks like. Holy cow. Holy cow. This is the cutest thing. Pika? Okay. I've always said pika, but I think Pokemon messes me up there. Look at the pygmy rabbit. It's so cute. I can't even with how cute this is. Look at them. That's adorable. So dang cute. So apparently a marsh rabbit is the one with short hairs, or short ears. And it does seem like they don't really have very pronounced tails, or they keep them tucked, because I'm not seeing any tails on any of these marsh rabbit photos. Maybe a little tiny one. Nope, that's a foot. Yeah, I don't think that they really have pronounced tails at all. So it looks like a marsh rabbit is a, let's see. According to Wikipedia, so this guy I'm pretty sure is a marsh rabbit. Although it looks like it's on a white background, but maybe that's just like something, maybe it's not snow, I don't know. It's a strong swimmer, and it's only found in near regions of water, so maybe that's water in the background, like a lake or something. Similar appearance to the eastern cottontail. Fair enough. But characterized by smaller ears, tails, and legs. Huh. Well, that one's pretty stretched out for having small legs. Maybe this is an eastern cottontail. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. But it looks like they mostly live down south. Virginia down to Florida is where you can find the marsh rabbit. So maybe this is a marsh rabbit. Interesting. So fluffy, right? Alright, let's keep drawing this. Potentially marsh rabbit and or maybe eastern cottontail. Not entirely sure. If there's any rabbit experts in chat, please let me know, because I don't know. So this is also wrong. See, we're all learning here. It is a marsh rabbit. No tail, short ears. Roman nose, apparently. Oh, someone said, what's a Roman nose? So a Roman nose is like, it's a term for whenever you have like there's not a lot of differentiation between the brow and the nose. So like, the terriers that look like this have Roman noses. I forget what they are. Like, it's a bull terrier, I think. They have a Roman nose. Some people can have a Roman nose, so it's like when you have a nose like this, where there's not like a whole lot of a divot. So it's basically like any kind of an arching of the bridge of the nose. But it's not like the same as having like a hooked nose is not the same. It's kind of like when the brow and the forehead sort of meet, I guess, is considered a Roman nose. But it's applied to animals too. So like anything that's got that kind of like a hump. You see it a lot in like villain character designs. Like rats. A lot of time rats have a Roman nose, actually. They're kind of like this. This is a terrible rat. Anyway. Just type in Roman nose, you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what that means. It is a fun shape, yeah. Pikachu! It is what Ash Ketchum has. Exactly. You only went to Colorado once, but we took a cog railway. Oh yeah. And ate donuts. Yeah, you went to I think you went up Pikes Peak. They have a cog rail at the Pikes Peak, and then there is a donut shop up there. I did that when I was like 12. Your cousin has Roman hands in Russian. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Mayor of Canada? Oh, thank you, PJ. That's really kind. It's kind of you to say. I'm trying to work on not worrying about being a perfectionist. It is hard though. Like the internet makes that kind of difficult sometimes because it's like you're afraid to say something wrong because then everybody will I don't know, be mad at you or something. I don't know. It's your friend that doesn't have 20 swords. Hey, Darth, how you doing? It's so good to see you. How you been? Pikes Peak back in 2016. Okay, yeah, the Cog Railway at Pikes Peak. Oh no, I've got to go back to a meeting at 2. Oh darn. Well, if you have any art you wanted to submit, feel free to drop it in the warm-up art section. I will show it at the end of stream. If you don't finish this stream, but you would still like to draw some bunnies and share, or draw anything and share, you can always do that, and I'll show it in between streams. We have a few like that today, actually. They got shared last night. So yeah, as long as it's a warm-up or a study, something drawn from reference. You don't have to share the reference if you don't want to, but yeah. But I hope you have a good meeting, Xylai. And good, thanks for popping in. Thanks for hanging out. It was so good to see you. Good luck with the rest of your day. I'll probably be wrapping up in about 20 minutes. So if anybody is trying to get a drawing done that you want to have shared right now, that's kind of your here's your gentle reminder to go ahead and get those in the Discord within the next 20 minutes or so. I'll probably do one more rabbit drawing after this. You got some time, but only feel free if you want to share. Don't feel like you have to. If you're just drawing along and you're just learning and you're nervous about sharing, don't feel pressured. It's just if you'd like to. It's kind of a way to, like I said, keep each other accountable, encourage and inspire. I know I always get inspired when I see you guys doing stuff because, you know, everyone, even if we all drew the same reference picture, we all have a different way of tackling, like a different technique that we use to kind of apply ourselves to that image. And I just think it's really inspiring to see that. You know, it's fun to look at how people use line or shading or color even. So yeah, if you want to be a part of that put it in the warm-up art section of Discord. But no pressure ever. I know there's lots of people that just draw along silently and don't share. Or people that even draw with their kids sometimes. That's totally fine too. Which is, you know, again, one of many reasons that I try to keep this a family-friendly space, so that I don't have to worry about anything a kiddo might encounter if they're looking at chat. Although hopefully most parents by now, if you don't know, you should probably minimize chat just in case. Because you never know, it is Twitch. It's not exactly a family-friendly space most of the time, but I do try to keep it work safe. Certainly what will always be on my screen will always be work safe. If I have anything to say about it. Except for that one time that I messed up and opened that book without looking at the page. But that was that one time. It was an artistic book. It was not anything bad. But at the same time, you know. It is Twitch and I am present. Beware parents. Darth, you do a great job in here. Although you are Darth Maul, so I guess yes. One of the someone from the dark side is here. It's true. Hope you're doing well, by the way, Darth. It's good to see you. You've been good, just cleaning. Yeah, that's always fun, right? I need to do some of that today, actually. It's part of why I need to get going. I've got some laundry going right now I need to get on top of. This rabbit looks just like you when you're falling down a flight of stairs. No! No, Darth. No accidents today. No falling. I can't tell. I think this might be part of the bunny. I think it's just like a fluffy bum. We're gonna say it is. What a great photo. I would be so happy if I took this photo. Be like, well, that's the best thing I've ever taken. Okay. Let's find another. You've had one accident today and it was a paper cut. That's good. I'm glad it was just a paper cut. I got one of those a few days ago. It's finally healed. It was pretty deep. Oh, thank you, Amaze, for the save reminder. You're drawing along, but not bunnies, because you're a rebel. Hey, that's okay. Like I said, it's always fine to do any kind of study you'd like to do. I just pick themes to help me have a topic planned ahead of time, so I don't have to think about it when I get on stream. It's a lot easier for me to just jump into streaming if I have a plan in place, but by all means, you guys draw whatever you want to. I'm just happy anyone is drawing. There we go. Had that curve a little bit wrong. Okay, let's move on. Well, that's good, Darth. I'm glad. Sounds like that would be pretty painful. Okay, let's find one more. And again, if you did want to submit any images, feel free to do so within the next 10 minutes or so. Ooh, something was on that raspberry. I need to look at these before I eat them. I think I just ate a leaf. Hopefully it was a leaf. That would make it dangerous if you were constantly working on homes, for sure. Let's do I'm gonna go back to Lagomorpha and see what kinds of critters I can find. Oh, you know what? Actually, we did have a little pygmy rabbit we were gonna draw. That's right. Why do you say it like that, Lagomcore? Why do you make a face like that? As long as it's work safe. You got me nervous now. Oops, hold on. Apparently that song is not work safe. Good to know. Save playlist to file. I had no idea. Oops. There we go. Alright, fixed. It's your oh, okay. I was like, oh man, what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay. Look, there's not a whole lot to draw here. This is just a shape, really. Just a shape with another shape on top. I just wanted to draw these. They're so cute. Little pygmy rabbits here. Your favorite emoji is a cow. Oh. My favorite emoji is, well, I have a lot of ones that I use a lot. I'm not gonna lie. At the moment, I'm quite fond of the one I made recently, which is weird for me. I'm not normally fond of anything I make. It's a strange artist quirk that we have. But I do enjoy this flailing Carnotaur a lot, and I'm so glad that I got to watch it. Watch the scene that it's referencing with some of you on stream the other day. Give it some context. If you haven't seen Prehistoric Planet, you gotta watch it. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and make at the very least, maybe make a, get a trial version of Apple Plus or Apple, whatever it's called, Apple TV. Just so we can watch Prehistoric Planet together on Discord, probably. Because it's great. Ow, sorry, that was a weird hiccup. Is Prehistoric Planet the one where the sauropod trips on mushroom? Wait, what? I don't remember that. There was a part where there were some ceratopsians that ate some fungus as medicine, they think. Because there's animals that do that. You are subbed to Apple TV? Nice! I take it you've seen Prehistoric Planets more. I know you have. You've also got some Carnotaur emotes. Oh, hey, Golganek, how you doing? Only sub for Prehistoric Planet. Yeah, that's awesome. I liked Ted Lasso, too. I think that's another good one on Apple TV. But yeah, there's not a whole lot that I watch on Apple. I don't really have time to watch stuff anyway, but Prehistoric Planet, I've seen a couple of times. It's been probably over a year, actually. Yeah. And Ted Lasso is actually really good, I think. It's a good feel-good show. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You should watch it. Maybe we'll try and watch it on Discord sometime together. Every once in a while, for those who don't hang out with me on Discord, we do a movie night. It's kind of fun. I probably shouldn't talk about that too much. It's probably not strictly supposed to be allowed. Never mind, we don't do any of that. I'm lying to you. It's never a thing that happens. Derpy Donut, hey, how's it going? I love your name. Thanks for hopping in. I hope you're having a good one. I see that you're a first-time chatter. Always happy to meet a new friend here on Twitch. We are studying rabbits and hares today. Oop, I see a stretch reminder. I should probably do that. Are you an artist as well, Derpy Donut? There it is, Golganek. Yes, exactly. Oh, that genie problem. Hello, hello. It's so good to see you again. Thanks for popping back in. All right, so if you want to do a stretch with me, ooh, I'm a little sore. I actually managed to go to the real gym yesterday, and I'm feeling it today. But there is a carpal tunnel stretch that we like to do, or at least I like to do. And if you've never done it with me, I'll try and walk you through it. Basically, you just point your hand down instead of up. So you start off up, right? You just tilt it down. It's kind of hard because I have this bulletin board here now. But did you guys, by the way, did you see my bulletin board? I finally put that picture up. So it's, you know, not just stuck on the wall falling off constantly. So there we are. Anyway, pull it toward you. Hold for about 10 seconds. Oh, see you later, Isel. Thanks for hanging out. Yes, you guys should all go follow Isel. And then do it with both hands. This is supposed to stretch the ligaments that tend to cramp up and cause tendonitis and carpal tunnel. So yeah, you too, Donut. Derpy, I love your name. Derpy says, yes, I am. Oh, you are? Okay, great. You're totally taking a break because you're burnt out. Aw, well, I understand that. Well, hey, I feel like art block and burnout can be elevated by being inspired by others. So hopefully, I hope you're in the right place. I always get inspired by people who draw along with me. It hurts more than when I started. Oh no. Well, then maybe do the prayer pose instead. So this is like the alternative if that one hurts. This one you just like hold your hands together like this. It's hard to see because this like chair is so short. I don't know why actually. It shouldn't be that short. Nope, it's as high as it goes. I don't know why it's so short today. I feel like I'm like this. Anyway, do this and then like keep your palms together and gently lower it towards your belly button and just kind of stop when it does start. Like you don't want it to hurt. It should just stretch. But it should be stretching these tendons here. So rotations are good too. Finger wiggles, all that good stuff. And then we also do one where you can fix your posture by, let me see, you can see what my shoulders are doing. So you like pull your shoulders, sorry, it's kind of awkward looking. You like pull your shoulders back. Sometimes I put my hands up like this to kind of help push them into place. You can also like straighten your neck or even like double chin a little bit. And it looks really silly to do. Sorry, I'm looking a little silly right now. So yeah, hold for 10 seconds, and then once you relax, supposedly you kind of relax into a more natural upright posture position. So it's a good way to fix posture issues. And if you can like try and do that anytime you're sitting, anytime you think about it really, over time it stretches the muscles out here that are kind of pulling your shoulders close together. It like stretches them back out and tightens and strengthens the ones that are pulling them behind. Anyway, just something I was told that would be helpful. I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying not to have back and neck issues when I'm older. So I think preventative maintenance is the way to go. So I'm trying, one of my goals for the past year actually has been to fix my posture and to fix especially being somebody who sits and draws all the time, but to like try and prevent carpal tunnel. So many of my friends have had it at this point. Like I'm starting to feel like it's coming for me, you know? Like there's like a countdown and eventually I'm gonna get it. So I'm just trying to be more preventative so that I don't have to deal with like tendonitis or carpal tunnel or tennis elbow or any of those things. What is the other one? It's like orbital tunnel, I think. It's like carpal tunnel and orbital tunnel. I don't know. I know so many people. Yeah, anyway. Even people who aren't artists, like people who are just like work at their desk all the time or play games a lot, or just, I know a lot of people in my age group that have had surgery or are about to have surgery. So attempting to avoid. Alright, these are just shapes, guys. This is like the most basic bunny drawing I feel like I could do. Is it ulnar tunnel? Okay, maybe. I thought there was one called orbital tunnel, but maybe I just misunderstood what he was saying. I don't know. Ulnar tunnel sounds right. Is the ulna, after all. I'm just gonna draw little hairs to imply fluff on these guys because they're so stinking fluffy. So fluffy. The maximum amount of fluff. So dang cute. How are they so cute? Alright, we are about to go look at your work, guys. So if anybody has work that they wanted to submit to the Discord, now is a time. If for anyone who's new here, I always like to say challenge yourself to draw for about 30 minutes. It can help you just kind of get into the habit of doing, like, drawing from observation, kind of training your observation eye. It can also help you break out of art block. I don't know, there's lots of, oh, thank you, Derpy Donut. Thank you. I appreciate that follow so much. Yeah, so I always recommend doing it. We do this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for anyone who's new. So I'll be doing it again tomorrow. There is a schedule on the Discord, so if you click that link that just showed up in chat, you can find the Discord. There's a stream events section, so we do warm-up streams, and we're also just starting an art showcase, so I'll go ahead and blast that one again. The deadline to enter that is the end of the month, so it's coming up. Please just make sure you enter one image in the art showcase, but I will show that on stream. So if you have a piece you're really proud of or something, it's going to be like the best of June, but it can be from any time, especially if you've never shared it with us. We won't know. But we do it once a month. We've just started doing it. This is only the second time I've done it, so it's still trying to figure out what works best. But if you'd like to do that, just, you know, drop a piece in there. As long as it's work safe and family friendly. At the very least, work safe. It doesn't have to be like the most PG thing ever. Just like not a lot of blood, gore, no torture, you know, no explicit sexuality stuff. Like I just, you know, I want to stay within the TOS. And I also do have kiddos that watch and family that watches. And I'm trying to get into children's books illustration. So that's part of why I try to keep it pretty family friendly, is just because in case, you know, I'm just about to start pitching to agents, guys. That's actually happening hopefully this week, maybe early next week. So there's a potential that more industry eyes might be on my work. Probably not on Twitch, but you never know. And just in case, I kind of want to keep it, you know, I appreciate you guys helping me kind of protect this space so that it's something, if an agent or an art director does pop in here, you know, I want them to make sure that they're seeing something that's going to reinforce that brand of like, hey, I'm trying to get into children's books. Like, we're not going to have like torture scenes or like anything crazy on the screen. So yeah, we try to be pretty wholesome. Like I said, I don't mind PG or PG-13. Like, if you're proud of a piece and you're not sure, just ask me or one of the mods. We can probably tell you. I mean, yeah, implied nudity is fine. Like, I just don't want explicit nudity or like. Anyway, when we do figure drawings, we do clothed models. We can talk about that later. But anyway, I'm trying to say is if anyone wants to participate in the showcase we're about to do right now, and you did some warm-up sketching, no hentai waifus. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just, you know, keep it a little bit on the up and up. Mayor of Canada implies nudity, just your name. What's going on up there in Canada? My goodness. Huh. Scandalous. But anyway, so I'm just we have a few extra people that are new today watching, so I just wanted to kind of introduce myself a little bit and say that's what I do here. But if you want to participate in these draw-alongs, just go ahead and drop anything that you did that was from a study, some kind of a warm-up. It does not have to be executive friendly. Yeah, like art directors, agents who are working in the publishing world for children's books may or may not be looking at some of my content in the weeks ahead. So it'll be important to me that that stays stays relevant. But anyway, if you'd like to participate in the warm-ups, like I said, it doesn't have to be what I chose to draw. Here's the ones I did today in case anyone missed it and wanted to see. We talk a lot during these about studying and not copying, so we're not worried about line for line replication. We're worried about what we can learn and take away and use later in an illustration or creature design or character design. Like what can you learn from these shapes, from these structures, all that stuff. So anyway, that's what we did today. I am going to go ahead and here's, you can see 2 at once here, so I'll do that one. I'm going to go ahead and dig around in the Discord now. So if you want to hop in there and, oh, thank you, Lee Spider. Appreciate that. Thank you for that follow. If you want to hop in Discord and drop any studies that you were doing, again, as long as they're work safe, drop them in there. It does not have to be a rabbit. That's just what I chose to draw today. Imagination is an artist's best tool. Exactly, Commander Argo, and hello, it's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Sorry if I missed you popping in. Hold on. I think I may have missed a few people. Yeah, do that, Smorf. Maybe I'm short. I probably am short. Wait, why are we talking about how tall I am? Oh, yeah, oh, because of the stretch. Yeah, maybe I am short. My family, certainly. I'm the shortest person in my family. They always make fun of me for it. Okay, let me pop into the Discord now. Drum roll for community art. Oh, I love that. Yeah, Ultimate Pumpkin Pie. Feel free to use a drum roll emote. We do have a little bongo. Actually, I just made this. So there we go. Drum roll for the community. What did you guys draw today? Let's look at it. In the warm-up section. Oh my gosh, look at all of these beautiful art. Oh, we have some from yesterday. That's right. So I'm going to start with those. And then we will scroll on down. Oh my gosh, look at all these buns. I love it. I love it. Okay. Scrolling up to the top here. Let's start with, here was yesterday's cutoff. So what I usually do if you're new here is I will, can you guys see that? Let me make sure. They're so cute. I know. They're so cute. I usually post like my sketches. So here's the ones from yesterday. And then anything below that tends to be what I will show on the following day, as long as it's from a reference. So Chris Wright referenced, we watch, so for those who don't know, for context for this, it was the 30th anniversary of The Lion King yesterday. So we did lion studies, and then in the afternoon I did some Lion King fan art, which you can watch that VOD if you want to go see. That was very nostalgic and also a little bit embarrassing, because we looked at some of my old fan art. So if that interests you, be sure to watch the VOD. That is up for the next 14 days. No, it's cute. I love it, Chris. Yeah, obviously used it from reference, but that's what this is in reference to. I love it. Well done. So it's a good little ed. I didn't have time to draw the hyenas like I thought I was going to. I thought my landlord at my studio was going to come by and fix my AC, and he didn't. I was there till like 11:30, never came by. So I'm hoping he's there this morning fixing it. I haven't gotten a text. Let me check. Actually, nope, no text yet. We'll see. Hopefully. Yeah, so that's part of why I'm here, is because it's cooler here, but I also just had to do a bunch of stuff today. But here we have one from Nixon. Nixon, I love this. This looks so good. I am noticing a little bit of the, like, I can tell you've been drawing a lot of foxes recently. I'm noticing some, like, foxy schema going on here. But I remember drawing this piece. I actually I drew that one once before. And this hand is, like, so... It feels weird to say this hand is so handy, but, like, the paw of this lion looks very... For some reason, I don't know if it's because he's got his fingers, like, wrapped around the branch or something. Oh shoot, there's an ad. Ah, dang it. Hold on. Why is it not telling me that ads are coming up anymore? Does somebody know what I'm doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Sorry, ads, we will wait. Feel free to stretch while there's an ad, guys. Shoot. So I used to get an alert on Twitch when there was an ad coming up, and I haven't been getting those anymore. What am I doing wrong? It does look like a mitten glove, I know. So it makes the reference kind of interesting. They do come at the worst time. They do. And I had no heads up. I'm watching through ModView and through OBS, and I used to get an alert on both anytime there was an ad coming up. And I'm not getting that anymore. Maybe it's me. What am I doing wrong? Thanks for sticking it out to the through the ads if you do, though. We do ads once every hour. They're 3 minutes of ads, by the way. So, although those of you who can hear me right now, it doesn't matter, so I should probably stop talking about them. You're not getting the ad, clearly. Could do an ad dance. Ads! Flail, an ad flail. Maybe it's a setting that got unchecked. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember touching anything, but I guess I'll look into it. Let's see. It's always when you're trying to talk to someone, I know. Yeah, we'll back up here and we'll look at, gives you guys an extra chance though, extra chance to drop some more images. Oh, you're back from ads. Oh, okay. Mine still says there's 1 minute and 23 seconds of ads left. Is that right? Somebody who actually knows how to use Twitch, is that correct? A little bit of extra time to post your warm-ups then. Yeah, it is weird. Check the creator dashboard after stream. Wouldn't even know where to check. What even is Twitch? How do you Twitch? Well, thanks anyway for those who stick it out through the ads. They do help. Yeah, I don't know where I would go for that amaze. Hopefully the ads are almost over. I am gonna scroll down real fast. I wanna see. Oh, they're so good! I love these. Got some more posts. People are posting. You got like 20 more seconds. We'll get back into it. I'll go ahead and just open it again. But yeah, I do like this, and I guess Nixon, can't remember if Nixon has a sub or not, but Nixon sometimes watches these after. So I guess I could finish talking about Nixon's. But I don't know, I really like it. I wanted to point that out because like you did such a good job drawing that, and I know it might look kind of weird if you're not looking at the reference closely, which is why I wanted to zoom in and show you guys that reference. It is a tough one because sometimes animals can be in funny poses that the camera catches in a split second that like it didn't stay in. But my guess is that the fingers of the hand or the paw are very extended because it's like wrapping around this trunk, and so it creates this illusion of it basically look like a hand, which is kind of funny. But you can tell you were definitely looking at the reference because you did draw what you saw, which is good. Very good. Love it. Yeah. The little details around the nose too are really nice. Well done. Well done. Okay. Let's move on to another. Love it, Nixon. Fantastic work. Thank you for sharing. So like I said, guys, these were posted yesterday. So if you are watching the stream right now and you're like, shoot, I just got here, I really wish I could have participated, you can. Just post it later and I'll show it at the end of tomorrow's warm-up stream. So you still have time. So that's always how it works. You can just post and then at the next warm-up stream I'll share it. Nixon, look at this. Look at this awesome. You tackled the pose that I wanted to tackle and just didn't have time for today. Very, very well done. A lot of complex stuff going on in this image, but you got the dynamic movement of the pose really well, and yeah, I love the frantic look in the eye is really good, and yeah, just like I said, a lot of good movement here. You can really feel it falling forward in your drawing. I love it. This is such a fun pose. I hope other people took a swing at that pose too. I wanted to, but like I said, I just didn't have time today. Oh, Amaze, this looks great. Wow, good structure. Heck yeah. Look at the proportions here. You can tell he was really looking at those shapes first. Got the proportions right, and then kind of leaned into the details after those were all together. At least that's what it looks like to me. Really, really nicely done. And any mods who are in the warm-up art, just do a quick check. I haven't seen any of these new ones, so just make sure that it's work safe for me if you don't mind. But this looks really, really good, Amaze. You did a fantastic job. Yeah. Structurally super sound. This is a great study. Look at the little details in the hands too. Well done. Quite the rabbit artist over here, Amaze. Very impressive. Very impressive. Oh my gosh, Aki, this is so cute. You did such a good job with this. I don't know if you're still in here, Amaze. Oh, thank you, Lagencore, for double checking that for me. I always worry about that when I get a lot of new posts as I'm going through Discord. Like, you know, we've had a lot of new people finding the channel recently, which is really cool, and I'm super flattered anyone is here. If that's you and you just kind of stumbled in today, thank you so much for being here. It does make me nervous. You know, I've seen things on Twitch that maybe don't always go according to plan, so I appreciate you guys helping keep an eye on that. If anyone ever does see something that they're concerned about on Discord, just let a mod know and they can take care of it. You don't have to confront the person yourself. That has never happened, but I just, you know. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. So cute. Aki, are you? Oh, you are in here. Great. Yeah, this is adorable. You did such a good job with this round shape. And I like that you did some texturing. Is this done? It almost looks like ballpoint pen or something, but obviously it's digital. But it reminds me of ballpoint pen. Like, I feel like this looks like something I would see in a sketchbook. Really well done with the structure of the image, the placement of everything. Really nice study. Really nice study. Well done. Well done. I love that. So cute, too. Ugh, those big eyes you got. Mega adorbs. Mega adorbs. Oh, Beats, this is nice. Oh, your old pet rabbit. Aw, I love that. I love this. You drew your own bunny. What a pretty rabbit. Well done. And like I said, for anyone who's new, you don't have to show your reference if you don't want to. You can. You're more than welcome to. But yeah, it's usually pretty easy to tell when somebody's doing something as a study from reference or when they're just like drawing something from imagination. So just keep that in mind. If you do post in the warm-up art section, just make sure it's like this, you know, like from a reference, but it's up to you if you want to show the reference or not. Sometimes it can be interesting, you know, to look at the reference and be able to see. But man, really great structure here. Have you spent a lot of time? Did you draw this rabbit a lot when you owned it, Beats? And if you're not in chat or you don't want to talk, that's okay too. But really, really well done with that face shape. You got those wide cheeks and that narrow forehead. The side placement of the eyes is great. That foreshortening is really hard when you have that face that's really large and then the rest of the body is like further away from the camera, so it kind of distorts the proportions a bit. So that can be really tricky, but you handled it really well. This is really, really well done. Yeah, not that I'm surprised, of course. You always do a great job, but I really like it. Well, oh my gosh, Ultimate Pumpkin Pie. I'm so glad somebody used this picture. This was another one I wanted to do, and I'm so glad you colored it. This looks amazing. Look at these great shapes. This is an excellent study. You've got the values in there. You've got a little bit of the color, and just kind of playing with how that works. Ultimate Pumpkin Pie. This is fantastic. And again, guys, if you are in chat right now and your piece comes out, feel free to speak up in chat so people know, you know, who to go check out and who to congratulate and who to chat with. And if you're not, that's okay too. But just know that man, I love, see, this makes me want to keep drawing. Stuff like this. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, when I see other artists, how they handle things, like, I would have never made some of these decisions. Like, that really chalky brush you used, like, the heavy shapes. But, like, the way that you implied the weight just based on the way you used value and the way you used your lines, it, like, makes me want to draw some more, you know? That's part of why I love these. Hopefully that's how you guys feel about it too, but it's just always so interesting to see the different ways people tackle something as simple as drawing from reference. Like, you could give every artist in the chat this same image, and every single one of us would approach it differently, and it would come out with a different result. It's so cool. Yeah, I love seeing these warm-ups, and hopefully, you know, my other hope is that, you know, if you are hoping to do some more drawing today, hopefully this kind of gets the cobwebs out and kind of shakes the rust off and helps you warm up. That's what we call it, that, right? It's just like a warm-up stretch before you work out. Like, that's the whole idea. We're at the art gym, right? So we're warming up the art muscles. We're kind of getting our hand-eye coordination going, getting that muscle memory started of just like the gestures you need to make to draw. So shoot, I really love this. This is really nice. I'm so glad you participated today. Thank you for joining in. So cute. And so I just love this reference. I'm so glad someone used it. I found it right before stream. You have a tendency to mostly copy a reference if I haven't drawn the subject before. Yeah, no, Smorf, you're not alone. That's what a lot of people do. The reason we're doing this actually is partly inspired by that, is because a lot of times you'll hear artists say things like, you know, I've been drawing for years and I'm not getting any better. You know, like they do all these super, especially you see it a lot with like hyperrealism. It's really hard sometimes to switch your brain from, like, if you're trying to make a painting that's hyperrealistic and then switch to something more imaginative. It's really difficult because you've basically trained your brain to copy. In order to do hyperrealism, you basically have to be a really, really well-trained eye at doing like line for line replication of something. So when you're copying, what you're trying to do is pay close attention to those details and very very precisely draw those lines. And what we're trying to do is separate that skill set, because it is a skill set. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not dogging on anybody that does hyperrealism. It's incredible and meticulous and time consuming and hard. And it's amazing that people can do that. But it is a different skill set from studying a reference and learning from a reference, because when you're doing that, that's part of why we start with anatomy, is because we want to like learn about the underworkings of the creature. We want to ask questions. We want to say, well, why does this bunny's, you know, hand, like, how did you know to make the hand? Like, how do I know that's a hand instead of just some lines? Well, it's because we've studied the anatomy and we know the shoulder blade is right here. And so that means the elbow is here, and that means this part goes down. And so you can apply those things and a knowledge of those structures with things like light, like they did right here. You can see that the arm is going down just by implying that light structure. And these are the types of questions you have to ask if you want to get better at imaginative drawing. So you see it all the time. Exactly, Lagom Core. We want to be able to improvise and draw something new. You have to understand what you're drawing in a way that isn't copying. So they're just two separate skill sets, basically. And it's kind of like getting involved on Twitch and hearing people talk about stuff like this. This sort of made me think about the difference between those in a way I hadn't really thought about before. Some people naturally make that transition. Like most people start off, when you first start off drawing, most of us start off by copying. Like all of my early sketchbooks from when I was like 10, 11, I was just copying pictures of animals. I was just literally trying to copy it. And then over time, I got curious and I wanted to know more about what was going on underneath and learned about muscle structures and skeletons, stuff you can't see, but helps you to understand how to draw the creature. And so I kind of, like, some people make that transition naturally, and then some people, we get really focused on, you get focused on hyperrealism, or you get focused on copying, and you sort of forget that you can look at it another way. And this is how you get, looking at like concept art for animated films is a great way to see what I'm talking about. Some of those are so realistic in some ways, but yet they're so fantastical in a way that is hard to, like, you can't copy it. What you're seeing is that artistic vision or that emotion or that, like, just the ambiance or the environment the artist is going for. And there's no way to jump from A to B without starting to study what's around you instead of just copying it. So hopefully, I'm sorry, that was a bit of a ramble. Hopefully what I said made sense. But that is part of what we're trying to do here is kind of learn a different skill set. If you're somebody who's just starting out drawing, or if you've been drawing for a long time, but you find yourself copying more than studying, this is kind of your encouragement to maybe try to think about drawing in a different way, because it'll actually probably in the long run inspire you to do more art. Anytime we learn a new technique or a new way of looking at something, most people, and certainly artists are no exception, tend to be inspired to learn more. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to stay curious around here. Oh, these are such good gestures. Mirror, I love these. This is Lagom Core, by the way, for anybody. I hope it's okay to say that. For anybody who wants to talk in chat. But I love this. This is a fantastic, quick gesture, excellent movement. A great way to quickly capture like the underlying structure is to do like quick gestures like this. So it forces you to make decisions instead of getting meticulous. So that's why when we do like figure studies, we usually do timed figure sessions so that you don't have time to just sit there and nitpick. You have to make decisions, you have to make a mark, and you just have to move through it. And it can retrain your brain to actually to think about things as a study versus a copy. So if you're somebody who's never done a gesture study, maybe time yourself and just give yourself 30 seconds or 10 seconds or 15 seconds, or a minute to just quickly get something down. When is the next study sessions? Tomorrow morning. I forget what we're doing, but there's a schedule in the Discord in the stream events section. It's like at the top of the Discord. That's where I keep all my stuff about my stream schedule, warm-up art, the art showcases there. So feel free to check those out. I'm in Mountain Time. Yeah, thank you for posting that schedule. Yes, you can also type exclamation point schedule. Lagom Core says, doing time drawings is a good way to force yourself out of... Yes, I'm sorry, I probably just reiterated what you already said. Lagom Core. Exactly, you can't copy reference if you only have 30 seconds. If you struggle with copying and you want to break out of that, Lagom Core is not wrong. This timed gesture studies are a great way to do that. 9 a.m. PST. Pacific? No, I'm an hour behind Pacific, so that's the next time zone over. So if you're in California, oh wait, yeah, no, you're right. Sorry, my math is bad. I'm an artist, not a math person. Sorry. Yes, no, you're right. It is 9 a.m. PST. Yeah, so it's 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Mountain, 11 Central, and noon Eastern, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who's in one of those time zones. But yeah, we do that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday right now. Maybe I was talking about, if I make it to 1,500 followers, I'll do a 5-day, like Monday through Friday sketch session or something. Right now I'm only working, I'm only doing streams when I'm actually off my day job. I work a day job Thursday through Saturday, so I don't have time to stream really. But if we hit a big goal or something, maybe I'll do like an early one or something before work or one after work or something. Thursday and Friday. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway. Oh, we're doing the East Coast, West Coast thing. Let's see. But I'm glad you're interested, Smorf. We'd love to have you. And Golganek, thank you. Golganek says what all of you do with your art is amazing. Yeah, it's so fun to watch and inspiring, right? I love seeing this. Oh my gosh. Lag of Gory, yes. Yes. Round. Smorf, oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Oh, Golganek. That was Golganek. Gift. Oh, Golganek. Thank you for gifting Smorf that sub. I super appreciate that. That's really nice of you, Golganek. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Smorf, enjoy the emotes and enjoy the ad-free viewing. Hopefully we'll be able to catch you at some more of our sketch sessions. And yeah, you won't get caught up in those 3 minutes of ads we do once an hour. The head is what took the most time, Legum Core. I believe that. It looked like the most detailed. Chris says, I feel like that's... Wait, there's a hype train? Wait, what? Why is there a hype train? What's happening? Nasborg! Oh, thank you, Nasborg, for that Prime sub. For those who don't know, if you're new to Twitch, you can actually use a Prime. If you have a Amazon Prime, you can use a sub to give to anyone you want. And I'm honored, Nasborg, that you would choose to give that to me. You could have given that to anybody, and I'm honored that you spent it here. Thank you. That means a lot. And they don't cost you anything, but they help me out a lot. Let's see. What did I miss? What are we doing tomorrow? That's a great question. I will have to look at the schedule in a minute. Casey drawing Fox Boys. Wait, when did I draw Fox Boys? What are you talking about? Lag and Core, I love both of these. These are great. This is such a good gesture. Again, it's just a way to force you. And don't worry, like, some people, especially if you're used to seeing realism, you might think, oh, this isn't detailed enough. I could never, like, I don't know how to do that. But, like, anyone can make these lines. You know, you're just looking at shape. That's all. That's what Lag and Core is doing. And like looking for shape and form and structure and just trying to get the idea of what this creature is and forcing yourself to get that on paper. And it seems simple, but it's going to slowly break you out of the habit of copying for sure. Yeah, so nice, Golganek, thank you. The bottom one was like 5 brush strokes or something. Yeah, just a shape. Lag and Core, have you seen a takin or a takin? I'm not sure how you say it. That is a shape. That is a shape. Let's see. Everyone's got their own style. I can't do it, Smorf, but oh, well, thank you, Golganek. That was super kind. Yeah, Timper. Oh my gosh. Yes, I love this. That's okay. It's okay, Timper. This is a great study. I can tell that you're really trying to pay attention to the structure of the animal. The anatomy looks good. The proportions are honestly spot on. Like nothing in this like screams out of proportion to me. Oh, it gifted you those. A takin, yes, Takin. When the line goes swoosh, then you know. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for those bits. Those 50 bits, Nasborg. You didn't have to do that. Yeah. Well, we did a lion study yesterday, Smorf. So if you want to go back, and draw that, feel free to pull up the VOD from yesterday. We just did a whole bunch of lion studies for the Lion King 30th anniversary, which was yesterday. It was a lot of fun. It was a very nerdy day around here yesterday, so if you need to nerd out, feel free to go watch those. Temper, this looks fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing it, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from you. Ooh, Budge, nice. Nice portrait study. Oh, I love this. This is like the study of the planes of the face. So like if anybody's unfamiliar with like why it was drawn this way, this is a very good planar study of what's going on the face. Really, really excellent job, Budge. Were you looking, I'm curious if you were looking from, if you're in chat, and if you're not, that's okay. But I'm curious if you were, oh my gosh, Timper, oh my gosh, you guys, you don't have to keep the hype train going, it's okay, but I really appreciate that. That's really, really kind of you, Timper Tantrum. Thank you so much. Thank you for that sub. Pushing me forward on that little sub goal, you know? But I always feel like the subs are so kind, I just get flustered. But I appreciate that you would spend, that you or anybody would spend any amount of their hard-earned money here. It means a lot. So, yeah, Budge, I don't know if you're in chat. If you are, feel free to speak up so we can chat. But if you don't want to, that's okay too. I'm curious. I love this. I think this is really well structured, and the value really helps a lot. The shading. And by the way, if anyone's new to like art terms, and you keep hearing me say the word value, value is not like what we think about in like the economy. It's not like a price thing. It's value just means like shading and highlighting, right? Or like how you handle light on something. It's like this is a lighter value tone than this right here. This is a dark value, right? So when I say value, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any kind of monetary value. So hopefully that's not too confusing. Sorry, I probably should have explained that earlier. I keep saying that term. Yeah, bright light, exactly. That's a high value. But anyway, yeah, you having these like the shading or the value structures in here really helps figure out the different planes of the face. I think it's great. This is no, it's not wonky at all. I think you did awesome with the shading. Yeah, the value tones are excellent. Well done, Budge. I don't know if you're here, but if you watch this later, I think you did awesome. Oh, Trizia, you did this one too. And thanks for joining in, Trizia. Always love seeing work from all of you. And see, again, this just makes me want to draw some more, guys. Like I'm never gonna get what I need to done today because I just want to sit and draw now, looking at all these cool drawings that you guys have been doing. Look at there's so much weight in your line work here. It's really, really, really cool how you do that. Please, I know I say this a lot, but if any of you ever decide you want to do any streaming on my Discord, if you're not ready for Twitch, but if you want to share your process, you're welcome to do that in my Discord on the video channel. Feel free to just pop one open. You can plan ahead or you can just like do it unscheduled. But I'd love to draw with some of you guys and just kind of like see how you guys handle stuff. Anyway, the weight here is awesome and the line work is great. You can see all the underlying structures here, like this arm. You can see the implied elbow, like the wrinkle of the fur here, which is what you're looking at right here too. You kind of enhanced that to make it stand out to the viewer. The push of the the knee against that fur to kind of send that out right here is really implied well. Yeah, just a lot of good subtle line work here. So inspiring. Makes me want to draw some more. We can't chat on your Discord voice chat? Wait, why not? Wait, really? Wait, what do you mean? You should be able to, Siren. If that's truly not something you're able to do, please let me know, because that's a setting issue. What do you mean? Oh no, you tried to and it wouldn't let you? Well, okay, thank you for letting me know. I will check that out. You should be able to. So there's a voice chat channel, and then there's actually a voice stream that should have a chat inside of it. Let me know. I'll look into that. Sorry about that. You should be able to type in voice chat. I apologize. That's not intentional. There might be a setting where it's like whoever's streaming is the only one allowed to speak. That should be in place. Like if you're streaming, nobody else should be able to just pop in and interrupt you. I'm working on a Discord bot that's going to hopefully help me assign some rules like that so that it'll be easier to kind of automate. But yeah, shoot, I'm sorry about that. I'll look into that today if I can. I'll write it down at the very least so I make sure I look into it soon. Temper, you're always so kind and welcoming and eager to provide. Oh, thank you, Temper. Aw, Temper, that's such a nice compliment. Thank you. I'm honored that anything here is helpful to anybody. And I feel like I've been very fortunate. So many like cool, kind people have found me. Very, very skilled artists have found me here on Twitch. And it's really fun to hang out with all of you. And I'm glad you're enjoying the community. I enjoy it too. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. That was really, really nice. Beautiful, Charzia. Love it. Oh, another one from Charzia. Look at this pose. This is a good one. Somebody reacted to the, yeah, standing straight up. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Look at these delicate lines. Again, I love your, it's not quite hatching, but you have this very like soft line work that you're really good at implying fur with that I really appreciate. And again, the structure, the proportion, everything is really solid. Your shapes are good, your weight is good, everything, like I feel like your drawing is sitting on its haunches just as much as the picture is. You can't chat to just talk in voice chat. Oh, you mean like speaking? You wanted to stream your... Oh yeah, no, Siren, please ping me or somebody and I'll see if I can figure out, like when you try to do it or when you're thinking about doing it, we'll try to workshop it with you. That shouldn't be the case. I know that it's like Lagumcore has streamed there. I think Nixon has. I think Amaze has too. So I don't know, but Amaze is a mod, so that's kind of maybe the mod settings are different. But I thought people were able to speak and use audio. So let me look into that. Yeah, sometimes Smurf, we do. That's what we're talking about. In fact, you guys, Nixon, who drew some of these bunnies, today, or drew with us today, is going to be doing a draw pile today at 3 p.m. I think she has something about it in the what is it called? Signal Boost, I think is where she put it. But we can put it in the voice chat as well. I'll do that after stream. But I believe it's at 3 p.m. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nixon. But yeah, if you guys want to join for the draw pile session, that's like a community draw thing. It's kind of like a magma, but you use an app called Draw Pile, so there's like a password, so it keeps randos from being able to get in there.
But yeah, she's going to be organizing that today. I think it's 3 p.m. California time, but I could be wrong. I'll look into that on the Discord. We'll talk about it in Discord. But if you want to draw along, yeah, absolutely, that'd be super fun. I'm gonna try to pop in if I have time. If I'm not like deep in the middle of something, I'll probably pop in for at least a little bit because I have freedom today. So yeah, it'd be super fun to draw with you guys. English hard. No, you're doing great, Timber. You're doing great. Oh, I'm really behind on chat for some reason. Oh, Yakota, that sounds great. And also, hello, Yakota. Welcome on in. Melon salad, if you want to share some. I'm almost done with my raspberries here, and I'm very hungry. Yeah, thank you. So, see, again, I just need to catch up on chat. Lagumcore already said that. Yeah, it was really cool to watch Lagumcore do that oil painting, like a cool marbling technique. I wanted to stream art. Yeah, we'll look into it. We'll look into it. It would be super fun. Yeah, we could do that. We could definitely arrange an evening. Oh, Raga, thank you. Hello, Raga. How are you? Charzy, I'm not sure. Let me check in just a second. I'll see if I can find it. Beats. Oh, I love it. Beats, I don't know. I feel like you got the mouth pretty spot on here. Your structures are always so good, and your values are really solid, too. It really helps, for anybody who's not sure, like, once you start adding values, it can really, like, fully form and flesh out whatever you're drawing, which is always a lot of fun to see. And Beats, yeah, I love when you do these like painty strokes and things. You really are good at like brushing in the weight of something very quickly with these values. Yeah, I think it looks spot on. I don't really know what you mean about the mouth. I think you got the mouth for sure. But again, this is where like studying anatomy will actually help you figure out the reference, right? Like if it's at an awkward angle, studying anatomy will help you figure out like how the lips wrap around the form and like what it actually looks like. So. But to me, honestly, I think you did a great job. It looks solid, in my opinion. The blep, I know, right? The blep. Raga, thank you for donating and advertising. Clearly, Raga wants to play a game. I can't believe we've already got like almost 5% of the way there. Shading brings things to life. It's pain and suffering, yes, but it's needed. It does. It does. You all did such a good job with these today. Thank you so much for drawing along with me. If anyone missed this part of the warm-up showcase and you want, like if you're working on something that you wanted to share, feel free to drop it in here. I will go ahead and put my like screenshots of some of mine in here underneath Beats's, and then anything that's after mine is what I'll show at the end of tomorrow's warm-up stream. So if you're here tomorrow, we'll be doing, let's check since we're here. So here's how you navigate. Like when you first join, don't look at the admin stuff. You can't see that anyway. So stream events, this is the channel. That you'll be able to see at the top, hopefully. You can basically turn on notifications for this if you want to get pings when I go live. That's our clips of streams. So if anyone clips something funny, sometimes Ahmad or myself will drop the clip in here. So if you do have a clip that you want to share, just put it in chat. And if I think it's funny, or if somebody likes it, they'll put it in here. But the stream schedule. So let's see. We have stream schedule. I try to do these a month ahead of time so you can plan ahead. Looks like tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow we're doing shoes and footwear because I need to work on people and character design and costume design. So as you can see, every once in a while we do some non-animal related stuff because I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to become more well-rounded. But again, you don't have to do what I'm doing. So just because I'm doing that, you're still welcome to do like what Bogo did and just did like a portrait study instead of drawing a rabbit. You don't have to draw what I'm drawing. It's just what I will be doing. Like last week we did figure drawing and portraits, we did elementals earlier in the month, we did dinosaurs. So it's kind of random. And I'll be posting next month's schedule at the end of the week, probably this week. So I need to work on that this week actually and make sure I have everything planned. But if you have stuff that you want to study, we have an event chat. So this is where you can ask questions, share references, give tips, or if you have something you want to request me to draw or me to have as a focus, like if there's something you want to study and learn about together and hear me talk about, I guess, or talk about chat with, you can always type it here into the event section. Stream event chat, I hope that's descriptive enough, but these are our stream events. We have the warm-up art and then we have the art showcase, which I'm not going to show right now because we'll save that for July 1st. But warm-up art I show at the end of every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning stream. And then the art showcase is something we're doing that's brand new. You can read that channel about how to enter, but basically it's 1 entry per person, and you can just show off whatever work you've made that you're proud of. It can be, we're going to be doing the best of June, July 1st. So you have to submit by the end of June. That's the one thing that we're going to stick to this month. Hopefully it works. But it won't, if you put something in like right before the stream on the 1st of July, I'm going to put that in the July showcase for next month, okay? So that's what I'll consider that part of July showcase, which will be in August. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. We're doing the best of June, so you have all of June to submit, and the end of June, that's the cutoff. And then the very first stream that follows that, the first big stream, like afternoon stream, is when I will do the showcase. So, no, you can submit older work. That's fine. It's just a once a month thing. It's just a once a month showcase, so it's the June showcase basically, but it doesn't have to be made in June. Probably need to work on my wording of things because I don't want people to feel excluded. Don't feel like you had to have made it in June. It could be something that you're just proud of that you haven't shared before, or something that you haven't put in the showcase before, you know? Whatever you want to show us. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, good job on all the warm-ups, everybody. You guys did a great job. Let's check and see what Nixon's time was. Draw pile. Oh, here it is. 3 p.m. Pacific time is what Nixon says. So the link will get dropped in here. We can also bring it down into the voice chat. I might make a post down there after the stream. But yeah, if you guys want to draw together, we're doing a draw pile session. Go ahead and download draw pile ahead of time. It's like a very small app, and it's like a drawing platform, a shared drawing platform. Super fun. So would love to see you guys there if you want to join. Thank you, Nixon, if you watch this or if you are watching this. Thank you for hosting that. Hopefully we can do that again. We used to do it more often. We actually have a whole draw pile chat, like voice chat just for draw pile, because we used to do it all the time. Back in the day, it's just been years. But yeah, anyway, join us for that at 3 p.m. Pacific if you'd like to. And hopefully we'll see you there. But if not, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And if not, if you just stopped by and this is the last time I see you, well, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Appreciate the company. And so if you want to do a study, Siren, it does need to be something I can draw from reference that's like an actual thing. Why is my face so big in this one? Let's make that smaller because I hate that. There we go. Oh, I have 2 cameras. That is why. Well, that's weird. Why is that a thing? Anyway, pro streamer, guys. Definitely know exactly what I'm doing. Yep. Definitely know how that happened. So it's draw pile. I'll drop a link, Smorf, in the signal boost. Actually, you know what? I'll just drop it in chat since we're here. 2 Casey's. Yeah, nobody wants that. Drawpile.net. So it's a very small drawing platform. It's basically like a whiteboard that you can draw together on. Yeah. So if you want to do that, we'll be doing that in like 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours. So hopefully I'll be able to join you guys for that. I'll try to pop in at least for a little bit. But yeah. Oh, hey Skittle, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. Yeah. Thanks again, Nixon, for organizing that. I appreciate you. There's all my socials. Thank you, Amaze, for posting those. We can also get a link for Discord in the chat if that hasn't already been dropped. And feel free to join us, guys. You can find me in between streams on Discord. I tend to hang out there a lot. I prefer if you chat with me in the chat, not DMs. I tend to miss DMs sometimes. But I can always keep up with getting pinged. Although if it's not like super urgent, maybe don't. I'll get to it. I try to go through everything. But anyway, if you want to hang out with me or with anyone else in chat, there's a lot of folks who are in chat who are also in the Discord. Everyone's great. There's so many cool people in there, and I'm excited. I love seeing all the artwork you guys share and art share. And the works in progress. I don't have time to always like comment on or like react to every single one of them, but I do look at them. So I hope you guys know that. And I'm trying. Hopefully that's not offensive. I'm trying to do a lot with very little time, but I appreciate you understanding that. And let's go find someone to raid into. There are so many cool artists on Twitch. Let's change it to following. Let's see. Nofi is on. We raided Nofi yesterday. Daniel's on. We raided him recently. I always try to find somebody we haven't raided in a while. Just because I think it's a lot of fun. Oh, you know who we haven't rated in a while maybe is Elsie Art. Let me see, when was the last time we rated her? It's been over a month, and she's working on a really, really cool painting of a fairy. I think you guys will really like this. Her streams are very chill, for the most part, I've never really seen anything that's not work safe in there or family friendly. She's a very, very nice, very sweet person. I think you guys will really like Elsie Art. We haven't visited in a while, so it's let's give a little shout out just in case you get left behind in the raid. And if you have any suggestions for raid targets, guys, I'm always looking for more artists to follow here on Twitch. I do like to vet the people that we raid into just to make sure that they are, you know, generally work safe, like chill communities. I try not to raid into anybody who's going to get someone fired at work if you are watching at work. But yeah, let's go right into Elsie Art and say hi. Yeah, you guys take care. Thanks again for being here. It was a super fun warm-up stream. I appreciate all of you. I'm very inspired by all of you. And hopefully we'll see you over at LCR. Just go hang out for just like 5 seconds and go say hi before you jet. It always makes someone's day when you get a raid and people say hi to you. Oh, and I don't have a raid call. I'm sorry. Just make up whatever you want as long as it's nice. I'm in the market for a good one, so help me think of one, guys.